Yeah, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. We're live.
Oh, nice. I've never been live
All
on
right,
YouTube before.
we're finally doing this, and yeah, let's just give these people like a moment to join, and we'll kick off. So, how you doing?
I'm good. Just another day. I gotta go find a
Uh,
second job.
Hi guys, welcome to the live. ZSG in the building, right? And if you're just joining, please drop a comment and let me know where you're streaming from. Okay, so we're going to have like a very long conversation today, and maybe we start by asking you some questions. Just let's just give them some moment to join. But I mean, how was your day?
It's okay. Another day. Just work. Like I said before, I gotta look for a second job. The income was nice, but now I gotta really set up. But other than that, I'm just living my days like anyone else. One day at
Uh,
a time.
all, all right. So they're joining already.
Oh, that was quick.
Richard, how you doing? Richard, I see you. Can you see the chat?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you
I
see
see 10
like? Oh,
times.
okay,
Can you tell
okay.
10
Ten
times
times
I'm
10 is
I'm Eric?
here.
10 times thought I was Eric.
Okay, guys, I can confirm that he's not Eric, and oh yo, who's accusing him? He's not Eric. All right, I've seen his face. Debbie Angel from MD, thank you. Yeah, I've seen his face, guys. He's not Eric. So chill, relax, relax, and let's have a conversation. Okay. So let me ask this question. What was your impression of like the channel when you first saw the videos saying LSSC was a scam?
Your channel?
Yeah, what was your impression when you saw the videos?
Oh, like I previously told you, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was just laughable. I'm sitting here, I'm with my family, I'm with my friends, pretty much a group of people that I know, and we're all making money. So I was just like, this guy is crazy. Maybe he needs to join the business, or maybe he just had a bad experience. Like that's that's really how we thought about it.
So what do you think now that everything is unfolding? What are your thoughts?
This was a crazy ride. I can say and first off and start off and say you were right. So
Okay.
we do owe you your flowers and your credit. So that's first and foremost. But then to just look at this journey overall, I think it's tragic. I feel like people took advantage of everyone's hope. I feel like most people were in it for good reasons. Not to be greedy, not to be chasing, just millions of dollars, but to, try and better their lives and get ahead. And then I think they took advantage of that
Mm.
and just ran off with that hope that most people had when joining the business and starting up. Because I doubt most of us were trying to be millionaires, quote unquote, like they said. Most of us were just trying to provide a better life for our families, just get a little bit more money. And I feel like that opportunity was ripped from us. And I know a lot of people put in work just to go ahead and try and make that opportunity real for them and work for them. So I feel like it's a tragedy.
But what made you join and how did you join?
So at this point in time, man, it's funny. Spirituality works in a funny way, but I was looking for an extra income opportunity, and it was maybe about a month or so that I was sitting around waiting, and my cousin just called me one night, or actually not my cousin, my mom called me one night and was like, "Hey, we got to have a meeting for you, and we want to show you this opportunity." And I was asking her, "Hey, what is it?" She didn't know either, so we got on the phone that night. They pretty much ran down what LSSC was, the income that they were making, how long they were in the business, how many people they knew that were in the business making money. Pretty much the common sense kind of questions, that most people would worry about, like, hey, this sounds too good to be true kind of thing. So after that, I heard the spiel, maybe gave it 5 days, and then hopped right
Mm-hmm.
in. And then me and my mom, I would say I hopped in January 23rd, and I think she hopped in January 24th or 25th, like a day or two after me.
So you didn't have any doubts, no questions asked, like you just ran with what you were told, no questions, uh, and you didn't doubt anything. You just believed that, I mean, you could be a millionaire via this program and all. No doubts at all.
Doubts? Yeah, of course. Honestly, the job I do right now, which is I work in the court system, I have doubts. I'm a doubtful person. I don't trust anything. But I understand that having doubts keeps you stagnant. Having fear in life keeps you stagnant. So I'm not one of those people that lets my doubts stop me from moving on something. And like I said at the time, I was praying for an opportunity, looking for extra income. So out of everything that hit my realm of things, this one looked like it was just like, okay, cool, God given. And so I took it, ran with it, didn't even really think twice about hopping in. I thought about, hey, what if I lose my money? But I looked at the upside rather than, okay, cool. If it takes me 4 months to get it back and I'm making 154, then it was worth it.
Mm, mm, that's good. So now we're going to get to the real topic that people want to actually talk about, and that's um who is behind LSSC. Of course, I believe you know my disposition as
Yep.
regards that issue. But yeah, you feel that I may be making a mistake.
Hello?
He does, right? And well, I don't agree, but again, let's say hi to those in the comments. So we see you, everyone. Greg, we see you. I mean, if you have any questions, you want to share your experience, just drop it in the chat, and definitely would reach out to you all. So now, 10 times 10 is already saying it's Eric for sure. Now,
There's nothing I
uh,
could do to show him.
you've
It's
you,
okay.
you've actually shared you've actually, and again, a lot of people already accused you of being Eric, right? But guys, I can confirm that this is not Eric speaking. So you've actually shared a lot of videos, and that's why I actually believe in your credibility, and the fact that you went into this without knowing that it's a scam. But I can't say the same for Eric. And the reason I'm saying that is because Eric put out a lot of materials, right? And in his videos, you can hear him defending LSSC. You can hear him speaking like, I mean, he had this, privileged information about LSSC. You can hear him giving the guarantees that people would make money, that this was a legitimate company and all. As a matter of fact, Eric only put out the disclaimer on his channel after I started calling him out, right? Because I've been monitoring that channel for a while. And he only put out the disclaimer after I started calling him out. And after that, I, still, confronted him on his live several times, saying, look, Mr. Man, you're helping people, you're helping scammers scam innocent people, right? But this guy would respond saying, prove it, right? So that's why I think that this guy may know more than we think he does, right? And my my take is he should be investigated and arrested, honestly speaking. And then if he's found guilty, he should be thrown in prison and the keys thrown very far away. And that's how I feel about this guy because in our last conversation, he specifically said he knows how LSSC gets their money. And I was like, no, they claim to be a scooter rental company. And I mean, we haven't seen rental logs. We haven't seen the face of the company. But this guy claimed to know how they make their money. And he claimed it's not just from scooters, right? They have other means. So what do you think about that? Do you honestly think this guy knows nothing? Or could it be possible, right, that this guy knows something and he's just trying to fool everybody?
I think it is possible, but very unlikely. Um, the reason being is because, like I've told you in a private conversation, I used to ask questions all the time, and no one on his team or any team for that matter could answer those kind of questions that I used to ask. I actually had to, and majority of the time went to Kevin in bond chat or any of the other kind of Kevins because they had several for many different businesses. I would ask them because I could tell you Eric really didn't know much outside of what the company honestly gave him to present in terms of materials. He didn't understand the business structures of LSSB. He did not understand the business structure of the Lightning coin. He did not understand how Lightning Exchange actually worked. He really just understood recruiting, scooters, and hey, this is what the company is giving you to say. And that's really my interpretation from interacting with him, seeing how he interacted with his group, and just outside of the training materials. Because really, if you talk to him, ask him, there's not really much information extra that he could give you outside of that anybody else had. We all had the same information. We pretty much all used the same slides. Eric was actually just the kind of person that made that information, read it, try to make it interactive, try to make it, I don't know, non-boring for people because before him, realistically, they had Mario AMV or AMV Mario, Mario Vanguard, whatever that person's name was. They were doing the trainings. It was a monotone kind of presentation. It was a no face. It was a very just, boring slides. And realistically, people weren't retaining, doing the homework that the company asked them to do or any of that. So pretty much along came Eric and then boom, that's when you started seeing the growth of the company. Because when I joined in January, there was maybe about 200,000 members allegedly. And then as soon
Mm,
as the training took over, when Eric started the training, that's when you really started seeing the growth of the company explode after that. Previously, you said
mm,
he was a catalyst. I could definitely agree that if there was anybody that had charisma that did the training similar to how Eric did it, the company would have exploded. But previously, before that, the people that were doing the trainings, realistically, they were just boring as hell. So, who was going to really stay up every single day, 5 days in a row, to listen to a person that goes, "Hey, this is what LSSC is for. This is what
mm,
LSSC does. This is how we
mm,
make our money. This is our business."
mm,
You saw how Eric came, man. He got on those trainings, and people literally gave him donations just because of his trainings. He had people coming back 7 days, 8 days, 10 days, 12 days, 13, 14 days in a row just to learn
mm,
more about the business in a different aspect. So, whatever he had going on, however he was spending his information, um, it was effective, and they saw that and they took advantage of it. Now, actually asking him real detailed questions, he couldn't give you those answers. Most people couldn't. And that's where you would have to do a deep dive, or you would have to go ask Kevin, or you would have to kind of just be on Kevin's ass and keep asking the same question, and then he may eventually give you an answer if you're lucky. But for the most
mm.
part, you would get the answers from Kevin, screenshot it, and just deliver the information from the group.
But you made mention of something that I think it's important. Well, in a moment we will start taking the questions from from the audience. Really, now you said you've been asking some questions about LSSC and to a large extent you were seen as the rebel in the group, right? So what are the specific questions that you asked and you didn't get the answers?
Oh, what specific requirements did we need to get a store? I mean, they told us previously level 3, but people outside of level 3 management were getting stores, offer stores. So I wanted to understand the structure of how a store even operated. Did they pay for it for you? Did you have to front the money? Um, Met with a lot of backlash on those kind of questions. Um, I asked about ads. How were people getting the ads? Who was paying for the ads? How much were the ads? Um, what could you do with the ads? Just, your basic business structure kind of questions. I was really looking to build a team in my state. I live in the state of Delaware. If you looked on the map,
Mm,
there were no stores. Like it was an open state compared to New York,
mm,
Pennsylvania, Georgia, Mississippi, Ohio, all of those other states. So it was just like, I was going to take the business opportunity seriously. I thought it was a business. I've been previously in companies like ACN, Ignite, World Ventures, pretty much any MLM structured company you could
mm,
think of. I've tried in the past. So the business model made sense. The recruiting made sense. I looked, I
mm,
was like, hey, I don't have to sell products. They already have the product line up and running somewhere else. They showed the videos that the scooters are up and running in China. So I was just like, okay. And then when you go on the website, you just see users with information, just this person rented it for this long, for this many minutes, things like that. So for me, I didn't really think too much into it after a while. Everything kind of made sense, if that makes
mm.
sense.
I see. But you didn't care to ask who the founder and CEO of the company was?
I asked, I did not get an answer, but I eventually started looking online because being the curious person that I am, I was just like, all right, cool, let me go and I'll start looking a little bit more about the company. And I actually got an answer. That
Mm,
person's name was like Roy Shorts or something. It was on a lightningsharedscooter.com website. Uh, I don't know if it's still up, but that was the person who stated they were the quote unquote CEO of the company. I did give you a picture, but that picture was actually, I think, a 2 or 3 minute video of him going over all the company details and things like that, similar to the other videos that they made. So if you were to ask me who the CEO was, I actually was kind of proud because I'm the one that would put in the live trainings. The CEO is this person, and then I used to actually link the website that showed the video to it, maybe like 5 or 6 trainings. So after
mm,
that, it was just like, okay, cool. I don't really care about that question either. And then realistically, when Eric would get asked that and he couldn't answer that, I used to just go, ha, that's kind of stupid. You should understand and know, considering it was out there. But like I said, I keep telling people Eric did not have as much information as people thought he did. He did not even have the level of communication as people thought he did. We literally were watching all of us get told through a bond chat app, here, we'll give you some money. This is what we need you to do. Sure, okay, cool. It's not like they were asking us to do crazy acts like, go into a store, steal stuff. No, here's money for advertisement. Here's money for a dinner. Here's money for an event that you could go host. We just want our company name out there.
mm. But did you make money or you lost money? If what did you make? If you made, what did you lose?
Who, me personally, I started with 960. All of my family, except maybe 2 people, started at 2180, but most of us started at 960. And we all made money, literally. And my
Mm,
actual pride and joy was that majority majority of us, except for the exception of me having my family members through myself, majority of my family did not have anyone on their team. So when people were saying, hey, you're going to lose money if you don't recruit. That
mm,
personally was something that I was able to verify wasn't true. Even my cousins who joined in November, when it was around, I think the 480 or $500 cost to get in, they didn't have anyone. and they were still pulling out money weekly after they built up to the 154 level. So when people were saying, "Hey, we're losing money," I couldn't believe that either. I personally made 10K. Um, my partner, I think, maybe lost 2 because she didn't pull out in time. So if you take that away from us, I made off like 8K on one business venture, another.
Mm. So have you paid the verification fee? And do you think people should pay the verification fee?
Hello?
Have you paid the verification fee? And do you think people should pay
I'm
it?
sorry, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got disconnected. But verification fee, hell no. I'm li- I'm literally an S2, bro, and I find it really weird. And I was with the company at first when they had their first delay. The first delay was like, all right, cool. I can understand you have payment processing errors, but then you come out with a switch your wallet, and the next thing you know, you come out with the third now objection. Now give us verification. That's weird. First off, you should ask me for my identification or where I live or
Mm,
a secret passcode or something, like something that
mm,
you could actually show that it's me, not money.
mm.
Because I could get the money from a bum on the street. I could go rob a bank. I could get it from anywhere and send it to you. And it still doesn't prove that I'm me. So that was
Yeah.
stupid. So I don't stand by that. But then I don't stand by the verification fee because of the actual business practice behind it. Why would you have people buy up to the next level and then charge them the amount that they bought up to verify? It
Hmm.
doesn't make sense. So even asking, "Hey, Kevin, can we pay for the level that we were previously at?" No, you have to pay for the level that you currently are. It seems like it's a
Hmm.
money grab.
Yeah. Hmm. So
Like
what you're saying is, what is that? What made you conclude that all this is a scam?
at that point, hell yeah. I had hope when they said they had payment processing issues. I was like, okay, cool. I could believe that. They onboarded allegedly 2.5 million members. The campaigns before that were probably maybe 300,000, 400,000 people at a time at most.
Mm,
With this promotion, they said they had 2.5 something million members. So I would be like, damn, that's a 5-10x they kind of did. I could see them running away with payment processing issues. So we
mm,
gave them that time. Literally, the entire like LSSC family gave them that time to go ahead and fix that. We had people sitting there reassuring, saying, "Hey, this happens to banks.
mm,
This happens to jobs." So no one was really panicking at that time. But the panic started to happen when they asked us to switch to Bitcoin, when they said allegedly that the networks got caught up. But even that part was believable. And out here, hear
yeah.
me out. If you went on Google in Canada, Newton pretty much made a statement saying, "Hey, LSSC is not with us. They are a Ponzi scheme, more than likely. So they are not affiliated with us." And Canada were the ones that I truly believe started flagging them and making it harder
Yeah.
for them to do their payments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Canada, I would truly say that LSSC would still be operating right now to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because they went over there and moved quick,
So
they shut
why
all
do you
that
think
down.
it took Canada like this long to figure it out? Because I've been saying it for months.
I don't think it took Canada long at all. Realistically, if for those that were in the company that got to see the LSSC map where the alleged offices were, Canada maybe had like 10 versus the US having like 40, 30 to 40, maybe 50,
Mm,
sprouting up here and there. Canada was building, but it wasn't moving fast enough to get attention like how it should have here in America. So I think that they caught it in Canada at the perfect time, realistically. You got all these offices opening up, you have all these people allegedly claiming they're making money. Now you have them doing lightning exchange. Okay, cool. What is this? They're pretty much stepping on securities. Of course, someone's
Yeah.
gonna look into it at that time. This is in America. This is Canada. Their people are a lot less lax when it comes to money. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's why that happened up there. I mean, in America, you just file the proper paperwork, and realistically, you get away with anything. It seems like.
So there are people who actually think it's Eric behind it, and 10 times 10 is asking, so who hired Eric to do the trainings? Because again, if you check on Eric's YouTube channel, by the way, he deleted all his videos. We're gonna get to that. If you check on his YouTube channel, it says I'm Professor Eric. Let me just read directly from from what his channel says. So again, like I told you, this disclaimer wasn't there. Eric put this disclaimer when I started calling him out. So it says disclaimer: I am Professor. By the way, is he a real? Is he like an academic professor?
No, I do. Can't answer that. I didn't even really care to ask questions.
Mm,
Realistically, I talk to people that have that title, and if I don't view you as your title, then
mm.
I don't acknowledge it. And for me,
Because
interacting with
I don't
them,
think
I don't really care.
he's an academic professor. I mean, he's educated for sure, but not a professor. I mean, well, we'll get to that. So he says,
I
I
wouldn't know.
am Professor Eric, a trainer chosen by LSSC, right? So I want to believe he was paid to do the trainings. Let's assume he's innocent and he just fell for the scam. They used him, but he was paid to do the trainings, right? So who was paying Eric to do these trainings, and how was he hired? Where did they hold this meeting? Who hired him, and that kind of stuff?
So for those details, it sounds crazy, but it's just a really simple answer. All of this stuff was done through bond chat. So, just to back up just a little bit, Eric, before he became Professor Eric with LSSC and the trainer that everyone knows him to be, was just an ordinary member at the time, literally traveling around to all the store openings, documenting
Mm,
his fun with LSSC and things like that. Um, he did not become Professor Eric until they realized that, hey, they have a person on YouTube that is exposing the lifestyle that the company could provide, exposing what the company is doing around there.
mm,
And that's when they started coming around and offering him the roles.
mm,
Um, and specifically, they, who is they, that would be Kevin, Francois, Max, whoever the managers are that were on Bond Chat. And if you want to be specific, the person who would have offered him the role would more than likely have been Kevin, because Kevin was the one that was our team manager. So he was the one directing all of us.
mm. Someone is saying, Jennifer is saying, um, oh my God, I when I joined, I offered to teach to Francois. So glad I didn't. But Jennifer, you're lucky. If not, I would have been exposing you right now and calling you.
Realistically, and if you were a person that had charisma,
Yeah.
and you could hold a person's attention, they were gonna always reach out to you and ask you to teach if they noticed that. That's one thing I did notice. That's why they got rid of the previous person. They weren't holding a tune for the crowd for them to say. Eric came in and literally Eric made everything pop. Eric was literally a great person to go ahead and showcase the business. Then they had Professor Rosa for the Hispanic community come in afterwards.
Mm,
Before it was Eric, before it was Professor Rosa, they used to have Mario Vanguard, and they also used to have the Africans, all the different groups doing their own things and solo trainings and things. I remember when I first started, I saw that I was like, "Yo, they got a meeting with Americans and they have a meeting with all different sorts of nationality of Africans in here." And it wasn't
mm,
something that I could look at and say LSSC was a full company that was sitting there successfully recruiting. You had different ethnic groups, and it was clear, yo, Africans were dominating the business. The Americans, which you needed to make LSSC. work in America, so you needed more Americans. Okay, we need more Americans. How do we go ahead and start relating to them? How do we go ahead and start getting into their pockets, into the American pockets? And so why not put Americans? Why not put a Hispanic person? And there you go.
Mm.
That's kind of how that ended up, you know.
So a lot of people are commenting and saying you are a sponsored agent. So someone is saying, Simeon is saying, who are you interviewing? Another person says, Drillerbyte, you are, what does it say? Drillerbyte, you are talking to a sponsored agent. Someone says, who is Francois? So a lot of people are trying to say that you're defending Eric. So again, this is what I want. I know this is not
Very
true
simple
because I've
stance.
spoken to you. I know this is not true. So now, so what I want you to do is now I want you to reiterate the fact that people should not pay for the verification fee, and LSSC is a scam. Please, I want you to tell them by yourself.
Oh, at this point, yeah, I could say that. Do not pay that verification fee. You were more than likely.
Mm, mm. I feel like they're going to ask after this. So
Hello?
this. I mean, can you
And
hear
it's a
me?
scam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yep.
I can hear
And
you.
then LSSC is a scam. So if they didn't hear me from before, both things, do not pay them and do not join the scam. It's very
So
simple.
you're here now. Now, what management level did you attain? Like, were you? I believe there are several management levels they have. I don't know how you guys call it inside house.
Oh, I was a level 2. So pretty much I was a person that had 2 level 1 managers, just a step above a level 1. So I actually had 5 people originally, and then after that, 2 of my people got 5 people. So I became a level 2.
And did you get the car gift?
Oh, hell no. I wish. I wish. I was trying to get the car. The time I finally won the damn car, I got the money for the car, and we can't even take the money out. I won the
Hmm.
BMW. Like, it was sickening.
I see. So whenever Drillerby puts out a scam warning, would you believe next time? Just curious.
If I can't verify the basic information, CEOs, when the company started, how did they
Mm,
actually make their money? Yeah, definitely
mm,
will.
mm. Okay.
Definitely will.
Okay. Okay. I
But I
like
seen
that. I
Mandy
like
said
that you're
something.
learning.
I
I
seen
like
Mandy
that you're
said
learning the
something.
hard way.
Mandy, it wasn't fake at first. Honestly, we just came at the bad time. They were handing out quote unquote cars. We just came when everything was crashing, so we couldn't walk away with the fake BMWs at this time, unfortunately.
Again, did you like, can you verify that those cars are real? Because I've seen people come out to say, look, they made people, um put a down payment for cars, and then they abandoned them. Essentially, I've actually spoken to people who claim that LSSC made them, deposit a down payment for cars, and now they're just silent on them. So, can you really verify that they actually gave people those cars?
I wouldn't know. I can't really speak on that. I just literally collected all the videos so that I could give myself belief that they were. But do I know if they gave people the cars and the people got to go off with them fully paid off? I have no idea.
Mm,
Would not be able to tell you. The one person that would be able to tell you though is that lady down in Texas. I kid you not. The one that got the Tesla, the red Tesla. If anybody
yeah.
knows something, she knows because she was one of the highest
Mm,
people in the business. That's the person that
really?
was that's the person that was in charge of the Dallas HQ. That's the person that realistically I feel like more people should go after. People are going after a trainer when Eric was literally a small fish compared to a majority of those high level managers in the company. That one, they didn't come out and say anything. Two, they were way higher levels than Eric would have ever been, participating, if anything, in higher levels of conversations, exposure, and dealing with the actual company versus Eric, who was very low level. And three, you got to kind of check who was really making the money. And I wish Eric would come on and show his revenue details. The man didn't
I
really
mean,
make
but
that much
but
money from LSSC.
how can you say he didn't make that much money? But I mean, if he was training, he was being paid for the trainings. That's one source of revenue. And if he, aside that, a lot of people joined. Had a lot of people were under Eric, so he had a lot of commissions, referral commissions.
Are
So
you
that's
sure
another
that a lot
one.
of people joined under Eric?
Well,
How many people did
considering the
Eric have?
fact that he was active in trainings, what do you expect?
So here's what I can say about that. Eric did not structure one, his team properly, which is why I keep telling y'all he was a lower level manager. Two, Eric did have quite a few people, but it wasn't as many people as what you would think. There was only about what 200 or 300 of us A-listers, as what we were called at most. There wasn't really that many people on Eric's team, truly. The people that Eric was training were majority of the people that people were bringing in from the company, from different managers, whether it was Kevin's team, Francois's team, Ethan's team, or Max's team. Our actual team, which I was under Eric's team, I was like his fifth downline removed. There weren't a lot of us. So those group chats weren't crazy where you couldn't get a word in or where you couldn't really reach out to anyone. You always had access because the team that he was actually a part of was actually very small.
Hmm.
So those referrals,
Someone says you deserve to be scammed again if you think Eric is innocent. What do you have to say? what, what do you
hey,
have to say about that?
I really don't care what anybody else got to say. I made my money, so and
Okay, so
realistically, the thing I learned
someone
with
is talking
Ponzi,
to you, like Mandy is saying, no, ZSG. Eric said verbatim, if you all saw my account, it wouldn't even look real during the training. So what what did he mean by that?
it wouldn't look real. If I showed people my account within the few months I joined, it wouldn't look real either. I have 100 and something thousand sitting in there.
Are you serious?
Literally. My withdrawal under review is 50,000. I have another what 30,000 and the bank Lightning Exchange is at 85,000. Like anybody could say that statement that has joined that business that has been in the business for a few months. Like that's a loose statement if you understood LSSC, which is why I told you on the private call I personally paid for like 6 people to come in because instead of just saying, "Hey, join this business, it gets money." I put my money where my mouth is. Hey, look, y'all gonna get your money back. Here, let me put the money up and let's do this. And it was making people money.
Hmm. Again, Simon, please, this is not Eric. I can confirm. Is it that you guys don't trust me anymore? Stop calling
See,
him
look,
Eric, please.
Mandy actually understands. And I said that to you, did I not, Driller? I said I'm probably one of the reason and people that stopped LSSC from getting their money because I just used to take their own money and roll it right back into the business.
Hmm.
I didn't care about taking more of my money. Anytime they would press you to recharge, hey, yeah, take another 5,000 and throw it into LSSC. You could have 250,000 in 60 days. I said, okay, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for my withdrawal from you guys, and I'm gonna put that 5,000 in there so I can make that.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking my own physical hard-earned cash apart from the 960 that I invested to give them. It wasn't happening. And that's what I told everybody on my team, which is why majority of us did not take any losses because we were
Hmm.
playing with house money at that time. This promotion actually showed how greedy people were
Why do you say that?
because people were taking out loans, people were borrowing money, people were going to banks to get extra money out of their accounts. You can go on TikTok and you see that one lady that said she gave her cancer treatment money And I truly was heartbroken when I saw that story. I was just like, damn, that really sucks. But she
Hmm.
gave her cancer treatment money to LSSC because she thought she could flip it.
Hmm. That's crazy.
That is crazy. And so my heart goes out to those people that were truly greedy. My heart goes out to those people that truly thought, hey, this is an opportunity for me to put my savings or investments into, rather than understanding they should have treated it just like any other risky investment. Put what I can and just be patient.
But do you really think the greed factor is the only thing we should consider here, considering the fact that your man Eric lied to people on several occasions, told people not to withdraw their funds and leave it there, and explained what compounding interest means, blah blah blah. Do you think it's just greed, or people just believed a scammer?
I think people probably believed him, but he did say do your own research. So literally anytime you hear someone say that, that's kind of like putting a disclaimer like, yeah, everything I'm telling you, it sounds about right, but you should probably go ahead and verify yourself. So that's kind of his way out, but I think that majority of people believed. They just went off of a person online who they saw getting donations, who they had reading a chat, where I would think back to this time, those could have been possibly real people, or they may have been bots, but they were saying, "Thank you, I love you, thank you for the training."
Mm.
It was a
And
different kind of experience.
yeah, and you are you aware that a lot of people joined this and actually believed in it and actually upgraded their accounts because of Eric? Do you know this?
Yeah, trust me, I upgraded my account several times too. I left off at S2. I'm sitting on an S2 account with money I can't ever pull out. Trust me, I would know. I made it all
Okay,
the way
so
up to A3.
look what Mandy is saying, something I think is important. So he said do your own research, but ended up deleting his videos. What do you think about that?
I keep telling people the reason those videos were deleted, by the time everything was said and done was, yes, he stood by the company for the first little hiccup where there wasn't payments. He was still doing the trainings were happening, people were still onboarding. But by the time it started coming around to that second hiccup with, hey, change your wallet, we had this going on. And there still wasn't any payments. There still wasn't any verification of payments on our actual team that we could actually reach out and say, hey, did you get paid? Rather than just looking at bond chat. That's when things became a problem. So they wanted him to keep training, and he was not comfortable and did not want to train anymore. Why? Because the payment was not happening. So at that point in time, what did the company try to go ahead and do? They were using his materials, they were still hosting the trainings and just using the old videos that he had up on his channel rather than the live trainings and saying, here's tonight's training. He wasn't
Where
comfortable with
where
that.
where was this training taking place? Because I believe Eric's channel is different from the official LSSC channel. And by the
They were
way, the
using
official
his
LSSC
channel.
channel, they deleted their videos as well.
Yeah, they were using Eric's channel. Anytime Mia, whoever Mia is, more than likely a bot, but Mia would link the YouTube links and that would take you to Eric's channel. And if Eric was not live, it would be an older video, maybe a video a week ago, maybe 5 days ago, 6 days ago, but more than likely corresponding to that day's training.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Well,
So let me
in
finish
all
though.
this.
For the reason the videos got taken down now, because I got to see the inside work. Eric went and asked Kevin and Danny, hey, what's going on? They gave him, hey, we'll show you the results. There was never any support. There was never any verification of, hey, this is going to happen. Everything's going to be sorted out. So by the time things were over, the company started using his voice, they started using his videos, they started faking things. that he wasn't even doing at that point to continue the scam. And so at this point, Eric looked, took those videos down, and was moving forward. Apart from that, he was also getting threatened. He was also having screenshots and memes made of these same videos. They were clipping different parts of the videos and mixing them together on TikTok
No,
and
no, no.
Facebook.
I don't think the getting threatened is really a very good case for him deleting the videos, because I got
Regardless,
threatened.
watch
I
this.
got threatened.
The
You know
correct
that? You know I
sources,
got threatened.
I understand, but the correct sources, the feds, the police, forensic scientists, the people that actually matter, that have to do the
Hmm.
research, are going to be
Yeah,
able to get all those videos. For the people that say, hey, why did he take those videos down? You guys will understand that he cannot delete his videos. Those videos are on YouTube servers. So
yeah.
anything he
I
has
think
put
so.
on there, anything he has put on there can be recovered. So if you guys want to say Eric could get rid of all this evidence, he can't. It's too late.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. And because I mean, I have knowledge of cybersecurity and forensics. I know that you can't really delete the videos. I mean, they'll find it if they want to. But I just think at the point Eric deleted his videos, it would have been good to come out straight up and say, look, this thing is a scam, right? And Eric only came out when they announced the verification fees, right? And
That's
even when he
incorrect.
came out, if you
He came
watch
out
that
twice.
video,
He came out twice. He came out once before. There was one night, the very last
yeah,
night,
he deleted, I remember he deleted that video immediately.
when
That
he
video didn't
cried.
stay up on his channel.
When he cried.
Yeah, he deleted the video
Yes,
immediately. Exactly.
that one.
So I'm
And then the
saying
other
the
one.
video he left on his channel is the one after the verification announcement. And even in that video, you would see that everything looked rehearsed. He didn't even mention the verification fee. And one will
No.
assume that, look, the reason why this guy is coming on is to address the issue of verification fee. But he didn't mention anything about it. He only said, don't
Invest
invest
and
more
yeah,
money, right?
he
But
said in
again,
general.
you come again.
He said that in general, but he said do not give them another dime in bond chat. There's a lot of background information. Yeah, he could have made videos. Yeah, he there's a lot of things that I agree with you he could have done. But there's a lot of things that were being done to him in the background as well that people aren't aware of. So I'm not here to defend him. I don't say Eric is innocent. I'm not saying Eric is guilty. I'm just saying there's a lot of factors that, as a human being going through the entire world of LSSC, hating you, going through cyber attacks, knowing people in your town that know where you live, there's a lot of different things that were happening. So I'm not going to say, hey, forgive this guy, but just understand that truly, maybe he was not thinking about this when he's trying to hide his ass some days because people are literally coming for him, his family, trying to harm him. He wasn't even really answering in his chats with us. People were checking up on him. I was telling him in bond chat, I hope you're safe. Do you think he responded? Not really. He was trying to take cover. And for
Mm,
whatever reason, did he scam people? Hey, who knows? Was he guilty? Hey, who knows? But I'm just saying, as a
mm,
person, watching how that thing happened and knowing how his personality was, it was crazy. And I feel bad for that happening to anybody.
mm.
Now, do I think that he needs to be investigated and everything needs to come to light? Yeah, of course, because we can't take your word for it. People took your word for it previously. That's a fact. But what
Exactly.
should be and how it should go is that when, and not if, when the investigation happens, he go ahead, he willingly gives up everything that he knows. We all get to understand what his story is, allegedly, and his viewpoint
Mm,
was. And then we move on from there because I personally believe that yes, he was paid. Yes, he was receiving money from the company, but that man really didn't have access to those people. like how everyone thinks he had access. Those meetings, like, oh, there were manager meetings. No, you were getting a message from a manager that said, hey, I need you to hold an event. Hey, I put money in your account for this. Hey, we're going to
Mm.
pay you this to do this. It wasn't like there was anything like a full back and forth discussion. They barely even spoke English to us.
Really? So how did you communicate with them?
Bond chat, just like everybody else.
Wow. But again, one thing I would say is personally, I don't think Eric is innocent. I don't think he's as dumb as you think he is. Because number one, if you look at the chat, someone is calling your attention to the fact that this guy owns a computer um company or something like that,
You
right?
guys give people credit with computer companies a lot of credit. So you're a computer person. So let's put this fact out here, right? Because I'm kind of a computer person too. In
Mm,
computers, you can be a hardware person or you could be a software person. Personally, I know a
mm,
lot of software people. Eric is not a
mm,
software person. Eric is a hardware person. So when people
mm,
want to say that he's a computer store owner, yes, he is, but he primarily deals with hardware components. Does he have a network security, whatever degree? Yes. Can he operate that and utilize that? Sure. But is that his specialty? No. That's what his other employees would have been for. If you even look at his website, askme1.to, do you think that a computer fucking specialist would have a shabby website like that? And people
mm,
have to be realistic about it. Like, stop giving this man credit where credit isn't due. Really look at it for what it was. He believed in the company, he got duped. Maybe he is with them. I can't say that he isn't. But for him to say, "Oh, he's a software this and he knows," no. The man did not know how to do a simple wire transfer from Coinbase. Truly. So you guys are going to expect him to operate software at a legitimate hacker scammer level. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, well, the fact that you really believe that, I mean, you need to understand that a scammer will never, show you their real skill or identity. It could be that he doesn't have the, should I say, technical
Watch this. Very
abilities.
simple. Very simple. I'm going to cut you off right here because people like, and I'm not saying you, but people in the chat like to talk too much. If you guys want to understand who that man is, you guys have his business. You guys have his business location. So therefore, you have the town that he lives in. Go ahead and make phone calls. You think his town doesn't know about him? You think his town cannot tell you about who that person is? He used to openly say, I used to drive around town and tell everyone about LSSC. Everybody in town knows me as the LSSC person. Visit his hometown and find out if you guys are that worried about what kind of person Eric is, if you're so invested. I'm not invested in his character. I don't care. I'm here to look at what's
The
going to
facts.
happen and how can it happen. You guys, that's why you guys got scammed, because you people in the chat are paying attention to emotional bullshit. Pay attention to what could actually help you. That's all I
Mm,
can say about that. This
but
is why
again,
I was one of the people that made money from a scam and there were other people not making money from a scam, because you guys are doing emotional things.
yeah. Okay, again, if speaking about facts and emotions, right? Facts and emotions. If you look at on the backup channel, I created a backup channel because they tried several times to take down this channel, right? So that's why I created the backup channel. In case something happens, I wasn't going to keep quiet because if you look at Eric's comment on the channel, have you seen the comments? Have you seen the video I did?
Pardon?
Have you seen the video I did where I analyzed his comments on the channel, on this channel? Have you seen that?
Uh, Probably not. I haven't looked at too many videos.
Hmm. Okay, so Eric left a couple of comments on this channel, and I'm just going to quickly summarize what he was trying to say. Okay. Now, in the comments, as well as his response on his own live, Eric was basically saying, look, the questions you're asking doesn't matter. And, instructing his gullible followers not to listen to me, right? Now, I feel like that was a strategy to really divert people's attention, make people not ask the right questions, and then let the real guys implement the scam, whatever, right? So, based on his conduct, his comments, his videos, and the video he made. So now you on one side he was saying the identity of these guys don't matter, right? It's okay for companies to remain anonymous. And then he made a video in his apolo. What is that, an apology? No, that's a defense. In his defense video, he comes out to say, look, we don't even know if these guys are real. We don't know their identity. But here's someone who was asking you the same question of what's the identity of these people you are promoting, and you kept saying it doesn't matter. So now you want people to look away from what you have done, look away from the role you played, and just accept that these guys don't have an identity. So if you think about it and you try to, you know, compare the facts in this case, don't you think that this guy may just be deceiving you over there?
And I'll go back to my previous answer. Realistically, what's going to happen and what's going to have to happen is many people got scammed. So to answer your
Mm,
question, many people got scammed. Will Eric be getting into legal battles with this case? More than likely, it's going to happen. Almost a 95 to 98% chance that it's going to
mm,
happen. So I'm going to say whether he was a part of it or not, it will be found out. So I can't say, I'm not going to blame the man saying he's guilty for something I'm not sure. I just have my
mm,
perspective based on the months that I got to sit in a Telegram group with him and watch how he interacted with his team.
mm.
I got my perspective of who the actual Eric.
Mm. You there? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're back. Okay, I lost
Oh,
you
yeah.
for a sec.
Yeah, I'm sorry, on phone service. But yeah,
Mm,
who the actual person was, and personally, my opinion was that he was handed material. He's the type of person, he likes affection and people gloating over him, and he used to come in the chat, be over animated, and hey, it worked. People soaked it up, he soaked it up, and he went with it. And that's why I think he got to where he was. Now, logically speaking, on a logical basis, as a person that would understand business, doing business, and things like that, why would you put your face on something that you couldn't tie back to the original people? I don't know. I can't answer that question. Maybe the money was too good. Maybe you weren't thinking about it. Maybe your emotions were in it. I don't know, but we'll
No, you've
figure
not
out.
you've not exhausted the options. Or maybe he was the face. He was
Or
really the
maybe he
owner of
was.
the whole thing.
But if he was, we'll definitely figure that out because guess what? The websites, the locations where bond chat's hosted from, all of that, if they do an investigation, probably will be found out.
Hmm.
So
So,
that's something I'm not
but
really
let
worried
me
about.
ask
We'll
you a
get the facts
question. Do
soon.
you think people should report via the FBI complaint portal? Do you think people should report?
I wouldn't understand why they don't.
Did you
Like,
report?
no, I didn't care to. I wasn't a victim. I can't even say I was a victim. So no. But for people that were
Hmm.
victims, yeah. People that were on my team that were victims, yeah, please do. Like realistically,
And who should they report?
I don't know. Apparently, they have a email out there on TikTok where they have like that Corporal Hoffman or whatever his name is from Arlington,
No,
VA.
I'm saying on the FBI complaint portal, right? You have a kind of a column for the name of the person you are reporting. So, what name do you think people should put there? I think Eric. Let me just come out. I think they should just say Eric K. Gordon scammed them.
I mean, you could put that name. I would say, and I'm not going to advise anyone to do anything. Put whoever you feel is responsible for your loss, but there could be many aspects of who they would say is responsible. And I'm just going to keep it real. My background, I get to see cases all the time. Like you'd be surprised how these cases work when you're doing fraud, where you're doing scams, when people say, okay, cool, I was scammed by this person. How were you
Mm,
scammed? What did you do? Were you promised this? What words were used? What kind of language was involved? So put whoever you want to, but it's not going to change how they are going to be able to prosecute them in court.
mm, so you honestly think it's a tough case? Like,
Oh, hell yeah. Because one thing I could tell you is what you guys are going to go and say Eric's the face, and then Eric's going to show you he has no money for this business. You're gonna try and look at and see, okay, for being a face, you would expect that some network traffic would link back to him. Or if he was smart, okay, he might not have anything, but are you really gonna hide from a government entity your traffic? Realistically not. So they would find something.
mm,
And when they
mm,
find something, they would understand that okay, cool, where's all this money going? LSSC, from my opinion, from my outlook, I think they walked off. This game has walked off with a couple $1 billion.
yeah, I think so too.
Like with all the money that, if they allegedly had more than a couple million people, they had that 5 million. Like they were saying, yeah, they more than likely walked off with a couple $1 billion.
Mm, I see. Well, I would just advise everyone to report the person who assured them of not losing their monies, the person who kept on saying that this thing is legit, it's scam proof, it's not a scam. I mean, in his defense video, when the withdrawal issue started happening, he literally said LSSC was trying to make sure no fraudulent activity was going on, so they had to, what do you call it, do some checks before the withdrawals. So he literally had an explanation for everything, right? And if you listen closely, he was just saying bullshit, right? I've been saying this, like, look, Eric, you keep saying bullshit, and this thing will blow up in your face. And it happened exactly just as I predicted. Now, there is a new scam called Andes. Have you heard about it?
Yep.
Have you joined?
Hell no.
Why?
Because at this point, I'm done with that stuff. Like I don't care. Like realistically, I was lucky to come out unscathed. Understanding that I just watched weeks, literally for the last 2 weeks, people on social media crying and complaining about what happened to them. It's very tragic to see that. Like I said, that one cancer lady,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's truly disheartening to watch how it impacted people in a negative way. So to try and like, rehop in those, nah, not my style. If anything, this kind of pushed me into understanding how these things work and avoiding them because realistically, I had the same structure like a MLM did. So, hey,
Hmm. So someone is saying you should probably join, or you okay? He probably joined already, since he knows so much. These
yeah,
guys are
hell
so
no.
funny. These guys are so funny. Well, I don't blame people uh, speaking like this. I guess a lot of people are emotional right now. They just want their monies back. A lot of people trusted Eric, especially because he was doing all the trainings, coming up to say, look, make sure you leave your money in the system. I mean, there was someone in the last life who was saying that his mom basically left her money in the on a app or whatever because Eric said leave your money in the system. So she listened to that, right? And right now the whole money is gone, right? But you have said that Eric doesn't have as much as we think he has. Now on the what do you call it? On Bonchat and Telegram and all, these guys are starting to say, look, Eric stole money from the company and trying to. Why do you think that is? Or do you think they're lying?
Oh, that was great. I was there when all that happened. So, the same time, the same night when they had that meeting,
Yeah.
in our personal bond chat called the Virginia team, Eric started to speak out. They started to delete
What
his
what did he
messages.
say? What did he say?
Do not give these people any more of your money.
Hmm.
They
You have
started,
evidence for that?
whoever's in that, they would have to scroll up and see if it's still there. But what I could tell you, they started deleting his messages, muting the chats, and posting his pictures everywhere. If anyone had bond chat, if anyone was sitting and still has bond chat, they can confirm that they have posted Eric's picture everywhere. They had the bots when people could not talk, they still had bots talking, saying Eric harmed us, Eric took our money, things like that. So these are all things that you can talk to other people about and they could verify that this happened, because this all happened within the last week where no one could talk. You still have people quote unquote talking in bond chat and it's not actual people. They were saying that thieves took off with the money. Okay, cool. They said that majority of the company were bots. How?
Yeah,
When they're
how?
the ones who,
Exactly.
oh, I was what, wealthy something or the other. I forgot what my
Mhm.
name is. I have to look. But
Mhm.
my name should have been the same as it is on here actually. But either way, to also answer your Bucka's question, you're right. With a person like my logic, I should join. But understanding that something is a Ponzi scheme rather than like a NFT project or a white paper or a new coin or something, it's a little bit different, because you actually understand that from the get go it's a scam. When you join a NFT or a new coin or something like that, you're not really hoping to get rug pulled. You expect it, but come on, doing a straight up Ponzi scheme, bro. Like, yeah, you would have to get in, get out. It's not really worth it because when people start actually understanding where you're from, your traffic, they're all ran by the same group. How much money are you actually going to get from these people? The house always wins. That's all I think about.
So were there specific times when you called out Eric saying, "Look, this is a scam. Stop."
No, I said specifically that Kevin has lied. I have screenshots. I've never called out Eric. I never cared to. He's never actually said anything in our group or anything outside of the trainings that you guys see to promote this. Like, he was never saying, hey, keep doing this or keep doing that. You guys have your trainings that he was actually doing for the company. And then we actually had him as a group leader where he was more so just being, what's the word? Charismatic.
But I mean, you knew a long time ago because you actually stopped investing and just using their the money you got from them. You started recycling it. So I would think that okay, you at least had like some
Logically
doubts.
speaking, let me cut you off, right? I'm just that person. I'm not going to put up more money than I need to. I did my math. If LSSC lasted until February, I would have had $1.2 million take home in my pocket off of $1,000. That's
Hmm.
a fact. I did the math. I wasn't like most of these people just putting the money in and just, oh yeah, I'm going to get rich. No, I crunched the numbers actually, which is why I keep saying, and I hate to say it, I wasn't emotional for the majority of this process. I was actually thinking about it in a logical manner.
In a logical manner. I love that. So it means you had, like, you protected yourself and you had doubt that, look, it's possible this thing can be a scam. So I better not put in more money. I'll just use this strategy and I'll, operate like this and like this and like that. Did you at any point look at Eric's videos and say, what you're saying would put people in trouble? Like, you get what I mean? Did you at any
So,
point, do
would
that,
you
or
like
you
to
just
have
allowed
me
him go?
clarify something for the record so that everyone could understand something? When I joined LSSC, Eric was not a trainer. So I could say
Are
I
you
worked.
serious?
I keep telling you people, Mario, whoever, AMV Vanguard or whatever his name was the trainer at the time. Eric at that time was just a person going around showcasing LSSC. That's why his channel, if you really looked at it, it was called My LSSC Experience. Because at
Mm,
first, before he was a trainer, which is why he said he was selected or chosen or whatever verbiage, he was just an ordinary member going around showing store openings and everything, and he truly liked the business. So for those training videos, I never really watched a full training video that Eric did. He wasn't my trainer.
who trained you?
Mario, it was, if you can verify
Is
with
that
the
a real
book,
person or another
I
AI?
have
Because
I
people are
have
saying a
no
lot of AI in the system.
I have no idea. I can't tell you. I know it was a guy that had a red and black background. He had slides about LSSC. He did not show his face. He had a monotone voice. It was a boring ass
Mm.
training. Like I kept telling people and kept telling you, the people that were doing the trainings before Eric were not holding and delivering the information that the company needed in the way they wanted to, which is why he more than likely got selected. When I was trained, when people that brought me in were trained, it was a guy named Mario something, like AMV Mario or Mario Vanguard or whatever. It was an entirely different YouTube channel at that as well.
Have you ever seen this guy's face?
Who, Mario?
Yeah.
No,
Hmm. Then why would Eric show his face suddenly? Don't you think maybe Eric thought that these trainings are not effective and I need to do it myself?
I have no idea. I can't speak for what he did or why he did it the way he did. Maybe he felt comfortable. Maybe he felt that the business should have been more personable. I mean, realistic. LSSC has no CEO and stuff, but Danny showed his face, and technically he's the GM. That's the only face of LSSC that we actually know of that's internal. Why did Danny have to show his face, or why did Danny choose to show his face at all? That's the way I would look at Eric. You know, I can't tell you why they did it. I don't know why they did it. I honestly don't even care why they did it, to be fair.
Hmm. Someone says I heard before Boncha they got kicked out on another platform. Is that true?
I have no idea.
Hmm. But they suddenly stopped using Telegram, right? And then they moved to Bonchat.
When I was joining, they were already on Bond Chat. So I can't speak to if they were originally on Telegram. I heard that those were the older members. I joined January 23rd. Bond Chat was already in full effect.
Someone is a lot of people think a lot of people think that you're just defending Eric, and because
Hello?
Okay, I'm
Hello?
back. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so because I've spoken with you one on one, I know that, I mean, you're just trying to state the facts and not being emotional about this whole thing.
I'm just
But
telling people
like,
to think outside of just Eric realistically. Like, Eric did not
yeah,
buy
but
the
it's
headquarters,
going
Eric
to
did
be
not buy a
difficult.
store.
Yeah, you
There's a
will
lot more
understand that.
people
You will
involved.
understand and agree that that will be difficult because the people whom you claim to be higher than Eric and probably made more money than Eric, we don't see their faces on YouTube or anywhere else.
You're
You understand what we're
100% right,
saying?
but you can go on LSSC, I think it was what, map activity or whatever, pull up the same map where all these stores were located and get the names and numbers to these locations that these people were a part of. If you had a store in your city, you should know where it is and you should have known who owned it if you joined the business realistically. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't understand why people are just going to keep going after a single person when this entire operation was facilitated by multiple people, like you would say. And you yourself previously had stated all of the managers, that would probably include me myself, if we're being honest, should be gone after. Okay.
Mm,
But there were different levels to the business. And what I keep trying to advise people is that Eric was not as high up as a lot of these other people were. For example, that same lady down in Texas, Hefziba, or however you pronounce her name, who got the actual headquarters rented out, the paperwork, or however that was done.
mm. Okay, I think someone is confirming what you're saying. Says the store owners are members that got scammed. I was offered to open a store. Okay. So I mean, if the store owners, like the people who open the store, how are they getting paid? Who's in communication with them? Is it Danny? Is it who?
I'm gonna keep telling y'all the same thing because nothing has ever changed. And I'll restate this so that everyone understands. Eric and everybody in the business was given the same communication method on bond chat. They would message you, the managers, everyone, including the people in this chat that want to talk shit, could have
Mm,
messaged their manager, Kevin, Francois, Ethan, Max, or whoever, and directly ask these people questions if they wanted to. And I have literally on Bond Chat before we switched servers, I would have days of me bothering these managers asking questions. Hey, where's this? Hey, where's your white paper for your cryptocurrency? Hey, how much money can you get for doing this if this is put in? I doubt any of these people were talking to these people in bond chat because if you're looking for, okay, you just wanted to rely off of what one person said, that's foolish in general anyway. I was
mm,
asking questions from everyone. I was going everywhere. I didn't care what someone said. Oh, LSSC is legit. Okay, let's see what the BBB has to say about it. Why did this person say it was a scam? Why did that person say it was a scam? A lot of the times when I looked at when people said, "Hey, I'm having problems with LSSC," they locked me out my account. I watched a person that was pressing a device that was already pressed for the day, and that's the message I would see on their screen.
mm,
And so I'd go, "Hey, I already know what that message means because I've had that issue before too." So majority of the times I used to see people complaining about scams, I used to actually look at what they were saying they were scammed by or what happened to them, and I go, "Okay, I understand what happened. That's not a scam. You just had an issue communicating. You just had an issue reading." And that's what I initially would have thought. Now, were people probably being selected in LSSC to be systematically kicked out and stuff after seeing how this happened? More than likely, that could have been a possibility. But for myself and everyone that I knew, We didn't have any issues. There wasn't a day that we did not get paid. There wasn't a day that we did not initiate a withdrawal that did not come on time, except for these very last days. Everything ran smoothly. It was the smoothest operation that a person could have ever been in. So they got a lot of people.
But if you really believed in it, why didn't you? Why were you just recycling the monies? Because for you to have that mentality that, look, I'm just going to recycle their money, and then go ahead to warn your downlines to say, look, do not, I mean, just copy my strategy. For you to have that mentality means, I mean, and I'm just saying this, I may be wrong. It means you had your reservations, right,
Wrong.
about the whole thing.
I did every business the same way. Every leg of business, I was only gonna put in $1,000. I don't care about how much money I could make. I was thinking about it the long term. Why would I want to rush the process?
So do you
Re-
think people that got scammed, do you think they are to blame? They're to be blamed?
I would say partly yes and no because, for instance, I know someone on my team. I said, "Hey, you shouldn't be chasing the money." He said, "Hey, they have the power banks, they have the other deal promotion, buy one get one up." And I said, "Hey, so and so, do not chase the money because when you chase the money, you normally lose it." I turned around and what did this man do? He went, took a loan from someone to go ahead and buy into a business that is no longer operational. One of my cousins went, did the same thing. I watch people go and take money out of their savings to go ahead and put into this business. And this whole time this was going on, the only thing I would think about is, can you guys even afford to lose this money? Because personally, me, putting $960 into a business, I'll go ahead and get that back realistically. I have a good paying job. I'm not trying to boast. It's not going to hurt. It's going to piss me
Mhm.
off. I will be at work thinking about that 960 because I could have went and bought my children some toys. I could have went on a nice date. I could have went and got some good shoes. I could have went and got my wife a nice outfit. Just certain things. But I'm not going to sweat about 960 when I'm blessed. And that's all I'm going to say. But for the people that put in more money than they could have risked, yeah, I think they did get greedy. And I advised people on my team that were personally thinking about that not to do it. And I watched how most of them did it. Just like how I looked at people when I was like, yo, I'm not joining Andy's for this, this, and this. And a lot of people went and joined. Everyone has their own reasons. I can't control people. I don't care what other people do. I control me.
Hmm. Hmm. So you were being strategic, and you just watched others, um, be foolish. Is that what you're trying to say? Like you knew the whole thing would end or may end, and you just watch others, do dumb things.
Bro, I have a trader's mindset. So if you know anything about day trading, then you always have an exit strategy. The one thing that you're supposed to do as a trader is take profit. So risk management is something that I've always been working on for the last few years. So hey, you could say I thought it was going to end, or you could look at it like I really didn't care if it was going to end when I had my projected numbers already in my head that I was willing to make. Like I said, I came in with a certain amount and I had a plan to go ahead, level up, and make a certain amount. And realistically, I could tell you if LSSC lasted until August, I would have probably been making that nice little amount that I wanted to make. I didn't expect LSSC to go away so soon. If it was going to go away, I would have thought that it would have lasted a few years as a business. Truly, I was devastated seeing the company go away. I was just like, damn, I lost all my money at this point. But realistically, I didn't because I was taking out weekly withdrawals and I was actively getting my returns back.
But have you ever? So here's the part where I want to really see, like, I want us to deal with the red flags, right? The red flags, and because according to you, it's not a case of you not. I mean, you didn't really care about the legitimacy. You were just being strategic about the whole thing, and you feel like everyone who got into the business, has a role to play in terms of protecting their monies and not getting in with what you can afford to lose, right? If I get you correctly, right?
Correct, 100%. Like that's my mindset. With anything, like
But
I
but
could say
what about the red flags? The red flags. Did you notice any red flags? I mean, in the let's say the first or second week of joining, and like, what did you do about it? Did you notice any red flag at all? Even after watching Drillerbyte videos, did you notice any red flags?
no. How would I? The company gave you a training, they gave you information, they gave you business credentials, which you could go and look up on a government website. I didn't really see anything. In terms of the scooters, hey, where were the scooters? Are there any in America? No. I was told, no, there are none here. They should be launching later on in the year. Okay. Where is everything? Hong Kong? Sure. Okay. Did they post videos of these things being in China? Yeah, they definitely did. Did they show videos of people renting these things? Oh, yes, they definitely did. So I had no questions.
But if you put it that way, I will be forced to ask the question of, I mean, I've personally seen videos of Eric claiming that people could rent the scooters in the US. So did you? I mean, did you know about that?
No, because once again, I'd never watched really any of Eric's training videos. I've dropped in, seen maybe a few seconds, but if that's what he said, I would have no knowledge of that. What I can attest to, which most people, if they joined in this business a few weeks ago,
Mm,
is that Danny said these scooters will be launching later on these years. Danny was the one that would deliver all the new information.
mm. But also another thing is, in the video, Mike Spencer, right? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah, when he talked about LSSC, he also claimed that they are changing transportation and stuff like that. He made that statement in his video. So why would he say something like that if he wasn't made to believe that LSSC had scooter rental wherever stations in the US?
you're asking me something that you would have to ask the person that paid for that, if that makes sense. Because in that video, he thought we were a he or a person when we're an entire company. So I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go back, watch the video. He said he. He thought we were a he.
So he didn't think LSSC was a company or something.
Go back, watch the video. He thought LSSC was a person.
Like, you see, someone else is saying the same thing. Like I said, Eric, 10 times 10 is saying, Eric said there were already 500 stores open in the US during my training. Yes, they all have these places that are opening again. So a lot of people had these things. So I'm thinking
These
that
people didn't use
anyone,
their resources. Look, anyone that joined the business had access to the map that the managers give. Actually, if anyone's in bond chat, you could still go ahead and ask those managers, "Hey, can you give me the URL for link for the maps?" They'll give it to you. They've had links for everything. I don't understand why people did not look this stuff up for themselves if they had these concerns. Like I'm sorry. I just don't get it.
a lot of people are coming for you. You know that, right?
I
So
don't
so
care. I
again,
really don't care because I didn't really do anything to
so
those
someone is
people.
saying, how come he was interested in everything but didn't watch Eric videos?
I was interested in what specifically? I was interested in building the business, trying to make more money. What was I interested in? I was sitting there in a actual team with this same person. That person was my upline, like 5 people removed. I was in the actual group chat. I kind of got to just see this stuff.
Mm. Well, because I've spoken with you, I would like everyone to understand something that we're trying to be what should I say, objective and really just find out the truth. Personally, I've told you without missing words that I don't think Eric is innocent. I think people should report him, because why? He defended it with everything he had at the time. Even when I was trying to call his attentions to the evidence on ground, the overwhelming evidence on ground, right? He called and he brushed it off, saying that I should join. So Eric literally said, "Look, So he would say, look, they made their money from other sources and all, and at the end of the day, it turned out to be a scam." Now, Eric, after, he did not come out to say, "Look, this is a scam. It's a scam." He just deleted his videos, and after a while, he came on and cried. I feel like that was just manipulation. He didn't leave that video on his channel. He deleted it immediately. Came on live again, and then said, "This is don't pay more money." But he still didn't say there is a verification trap, don't pay it. Now, if someone who has been as vocal as Eric, promoting this thing, if he can't come out to say there is a verification trap, right, and don't pay money, even if you pay the verification, you will not get your money back. If Eric can't do that simple thing, then I don't trust him. Like, I feel like he's got some stuff under his sleeve. He's hiding something we don't know, because at this point you should be, if you see what I'm doing, the first thing I'm doing is I'm telling everyone, look, do not pay the
Driller, can I ask you a
verification
question?
fee. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think I personally trusted Eric or ever trusted Eric at any point in time from
Well,
our conversation?
I think at some point you trusted him and you lost trust. I think.
Incorrect. I've never trusted him. I don't trust anyone. I make my own judgment. And so, personally, like I said, that's why I entered the business the way I did, the risk
But I mean,
management the
but
way
I
I
mean,
did.
you got in because of Eric,
No, I got in because of my cousins.
but your cousin got in because of Eric.
Correct. But if
Yeah,
Eric came to me,
so it's a chain
if
reaction.
no, if Eric came to me and said, "Hey, join this business," I would have never joined that business. I didn't care about putting 960 in off of a person I didn't know. I
Are
cared
you
at that
serious?
point because my cousin came to me and I could verify that all my cousins were making money. I'm not in the business for losing 960. I said previously I could afford to lose 960. I'd be pissed off. But just giving 960 away to some random person that I don't know because they could show me money on Coinbase,
Someone is saying your phone is echoing. Is it on speaker or something?
no,
Oh, why?
that might be
I
you.
mean, it's no, it's
Hello?
fine from my end. It's fine from my end.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Better?
Yeah, I
All right,
can hear you
perfect.
clearly.
So yeah, why would I care about giving random people money? Like, I'm not one of these people, and I'm gonna say again, that put $5,000 and $10,000 and 15,000. I feel bad for those people, but that would never be me.
Someone says it's echoing. ZSG. Echo from echo still from ZSG. Z, you echoing. A lot of people are saying you echoing.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Hey guys, please can we all be a little bit respectful, please? I've told you all that he's not
I
Eric, so
think
stop
I
calling him
think the
Eric.
echo is gonna happen. This
Oh,
I turned off my speaker. I'm on a headset now. I don't know.
okay, but I can hear like it's fine from my end. I don't know. Is it still echoing, guys?
Yeah, I can hear myself too.
I can hear from someone says mute one. Like I can it's fine from my end, but ZSG is echoing. A lot of people are saying you're echoing.
So that would have to
So
be from your end. I only have one import source. Do you have two outputs on right now?
no, just one. Just one. Just one. Okay. Okay, I think it's fine now. I
Hello?
think it's fine now. Yeah, I
Nope.
think it's fine now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, okay, away from the first red flag of joining because joining because you joining not because you trusted Eric, but because you trusted your cousin. And I'm still gonna say that it's you can still trace it back to Eric, right? And the reason I'm saying you can trace it back to Eric is because, I mean, your cousin joined because your cousin trusted Eric. So if you look at it, it's a chain reaction. And the chain reaction flows down to you and from you to your downlines and it goes like that, right? Now, let's move away from that. Another red flag that I was saying, as a computer you're knowledgeable in computers, right? Do you I believe you understand the implications of apps that are not on the App Store or the Play Store. Do you would you agree with me that those apps could be malicious?
Oh, APKs? Oh yeah, definitely. But nobody on my team used the APK. I don't understand why people would download an app when you could use a website.
But didn't you ask questions like, why don't you have your apps? I mean, these people claimed to be a
Bonchat
global
was on the App
company.
Store, and then they provided many different other methods to access your
I'm
business.
not
So
talking about Bonchat. I'm talking
I know
about
you're
the
talking about the
LSSC
other
app.
businesses. So,
Yeah, the
like I
LSSC
said,
app. I mean,
I
Bonchat is just a social app.
yes, and I didn't care about the other apps because I could access it on a website. And I told
Yeah,
everyone, access it on a website. I don't like dealing with Chinese locations and APKs anyway.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, didn't you didn't worry about the fact that these people don't have their apps on the App Store or Play Store, like the LSSA app?
Do you think I'm thinking about that when I have access to that stuff? I didn't even know they had an app at first.
So the thing is, if you go on the website, right, that's the LSSC LTD, the LSSC.ltd. That's one of the
I never
websites.
used that website. I was LSSCCP.com, LSSC6.com. They had so many different domains.
Well,
Never used
so
LSSC Ltd.
okay, someone is saying you should rejoin. Can you like leave and then join again?
Hold
Can
on.
you like can you leave then join? All right, guys, is it better now? Is it better now? Is it better now? Guys, is the voice better now? I want to know if it's ZSG. All right. So is
Hello?
it Hello? Yeah, we're good.
Still
Is it
echoing.
better still now, echoing? Everyone?
No,
No,
it's still happening.
it's still happening.
They said it's
They
better.
said it's better. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, I
So
didn't
yeah,
think
I
about
didn't think about
any apps. I didn't
any
care.
apps. I didn't care. Okay. Okay. You're saying you didn't care, but on the website now, I'm telling you something. On the LSSC.ltd and the Lightshare whatever that those websites were the major websites that they were using initially, right? Before they started, using these other websites. And what we discovered was now they have like a logo um, saying download the app, and then they have the Play Store logo, they have the App Store logo. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
No. You know the Play Store has a logo, right?
Yeah, Google
Yeah,
Play and
Google
Apple
Play
Play
and Apple Play.
or
Exactly.
App Store.
So
Yes.
App Store, yes. Yeah, so if you put the logo on of the Play Store or the App Store on your website, one would think that if they click on that logo, it means that it will take you to the Play Store or the App Store to download the app. You get what I'm saying? So the what I think, or the way I see it, is they try to create the illusion that the app is on the Play Store and the App Store by putting the logo on their websites. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
But at the
But
same
at the
time, the
same time, the
website that
website that
majority of the
majority
people
of the
use
people use
took you to a
took you to a
register
register
page where
page
you
where
signed
you
up.
signed up.
Whatever page you're
Whatever page
talking
you're
about
talking about
was not
was
any of the
not any
pages
of the
that
pages that
I'm familiar with.
I'm familiar with.
We used
We used
LSSC,
LSSC,
CP.com,
CP.com,
LSSC, like
LSSC, like
Six.com, and a few
Six.com, and a
others.
few others. Yes, and I'm saying the which no matter the website you use,
They
if
take
you
you
go
to a
check on the
register and
website
login
right
page.
now, can you hear me? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah. Good. So what I'm saying is, if you go check on the website, you would see the App Store logo and the Play Store logo. Now I'm asking you as you as someone who understands computers. If you go on a website and you see Play Store logo and the App Store logo, and on the logo it says download our app, what would you think?
hello?
Hello? Yeah. Did you get my
Yes,
question?
I'm
Yes.
asking
I'm
what
asking
website
what
are you
website are
referring
you
to?
referring to? No, I'm saying any website. So you go on a website and you see download our app, and then under that download our app, you see a logo of the Play Store logo and the App Store logo. So what can you give me like an interpretation of what that means?
To download an app?
Download an app. Yes. So you see download our app, right? And under download our app, you see Play Store logo and the App Store logo. What does that mean? What can you imply from that?
You should be able
You
to
should be
go to
able
the
to
Play
go to
Store or
the
the
Play
App
Store
Store
or
to
the App
download
Store
that.
to download that. Exactly. Okay. So, uh, why are people saying that?
Because it's still
Because it's
echoing.
still echoing. It's still echoing. I mean, but when you left, they all said it was fine. Are you using like a headset or something?
Hello?
Hello? Are you using a headset?
Yeah, I have a headset.
Okay, can you take off your headset? Like, can you use just your mobile
It's
phone?
still gonna
It's still
echo
gonna echo
because it's not
because
my
it's not
end,
my
bro. It's
end, bro.
yours.
It's yours. It's from my end.
I've been telling you this
I've
the
been
whole
telling you
time.
this the whole time. Oh, really? Okay. Let me maybe I should, I don't know. Is it possible for me? I don't think it's possible for me to leave and join again, but let me see. I don't think it's, is it possible? mean, when you initially left, everyone said the volume, the sound is fine now.
That's
Everyone
because
said.
there's no feedback that you could get if there's no one on the other end.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me mute. I would mute my mic when you're speaking, and maybe that would be better. Do you think so?
Possibly. I don't know.
Okay, we'll try it. If I mute my mic when you're speaking and it still echoes, then it's from your end.
Hello?
Did you get what I said?
Yeah,
Okay, so now, um, okay, people are saying the echo is coming from you, not me.
that's impossible. I have one source of audio.
I also have one source as well. So I'm thinking maybe it's the earpiece or the headset or something you're using.
I
But
took out
never
my
mind.
headset.
Yeah, never mind. Let's go on. So now I'm saying that based on what you said, it means that the app, or it means the website is trying to tell you that that app is available on the App Store or the Play Store, right?
Yeah,
Now I'm asking, when you click this um, logo, for example, when you click the App Store logo, it's the website is supposed to redirect you to the App Store. That's what it means.
correct.
Good. In the case of LSSC, when you click on the App Store or the Play Store logo, it just downloads the stuff on your computer and it doesn't redirect you anywhere. So, did you notice this?
Once again, it was a .apk. I said I'm not doing a .apk. You can get .apks from websites.
Okay,
So I
great.
said
So,
no.
so don't you think this is a red flag? Is this
No,
not a red flag?
I didn't think about it because I didn't care because I have a website. Like, think about this. If something is, I'm American. If something is made convenient for me, I'm gonna just go with the convenience. If I have to do extra work, like downloading that app when it's an APK, I'm not gonna do it. It's just that simple.
Hmm. But you
I don't
don't think that.
understand what you don't get about this. I'm not thinking about why this could be a scam at the time. I'm thinking about how I can get my money, just like
Okay,
everyone
okay.
else is.
Now I get your line of reasoning. So you were not actually looking for a scam in this whole thing.
Who joins LSSC looking for a scam? Do you
I
think
mean,
people would have put $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 if they thought LSSC was a scam? Common sense.
yeah, exactly. So if, like, right now, if someone had told you that, look, the LSSC website says to download the app from the App Store or the Play Store, but there is no app on the App Store or Play Store. If someone, informed you this, right, would you still, like, step back and think that something is going on here, or you just say, well, I don't care?
I would say, can you access the website? They would say, yeah. I say, go use the website. Because many of my team members ask me, hey, there's an app. Apparently it's an APK. I don't deal with APKs. I don't get into that. I don't know why it's not on the App Store. I know Bond Chat was on the App Store. That's our communication. We have a website that we can log into all of their businesses. That's all I cared about. I'm not looking for reasons to say this is a scam. I'm not looking for reasons to psych myself out. I don't think majority of people were looking for reasons to psych themselves out.
So right now, are you looking back and saying, I think, oh, this is why this thing was done this way. Oh, these are the or what can you say now, or what can you look at and say, wow, thinking about this now, this was actually a scam. I missed this red flag or that red flag. What can you say now?
When it comes to certain things, one, verification of products. Where are your products and why can't we purchase them if we offer to purchase them? That would be a red flag because I offered to buy the scooter plenty of times and they denied me. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go
Oh, it's
ahead.
back to
Oh, it's
normal.
back to normal.
Oh, no, it's
Oh,
not.
no, it's not.
Two,
Two,
where's your
where's your
CEO and face?
CEO and face?
That's going to be important. Learn my lesson this time around. Three,
Three,
too much
too
of a
much
fast
of a fast
expansion is not a
expansion
good
is not
sign.
a good.
I would say three
I would say three
main red flags right there. No CEO,
CEO.
too fast of an expansion, and where is your product? But like I told
But like
you,
I
I
told
found
you,
that
I
CEO on like lightningsharescooter.com. His name was Roy Shorts or something like that. You got the picture. So you could go ahead and look that up, find it, do whatever you need to, but all that information's there.
so you can't find other red flags aside the three red flags you've mentioned. That looking back now, wow, if I had looked at this, I would have known it's a scam. You can't find any other red flag.
You're asking me to think about something that already happened and I would probably never venture back into. My lesson learned is if someone comes to me with an offer of cryptocurrency payments, I just won't be interested until I could actually verify that it's a real institution. The institution has been around for several years in my country that I can look up, see newspapers, see articles, and things like that for. I'm not going to think too much about this anymore because I don't plan on looking for other cryptocurrency or money opportunities, especially in a Ponzi scheme. So for me, just like I keep telling people, I don't like to think as much about these things. So in this journey, when it comes to it, I don't care about going back into a Ponzi world. I don't care about joining other companies. Now, this was probably my last network marketing gig at this point in time. Might as well just go back to day trading. And 10 times, yeah, you're right. I did make about a good 10 to $12,000. Yes, you're right. Did I actually get to touch it all lump sum? No, I was just weekly pulling out, living my life. I had a baby during that time, everything. So, like I was joking with Driller, I need a second job because that income was actually helping me pay bills in a time where I kind of needed to pay a lot more bills than expected.
Well, a lot of people think
Gerald Jones, to
Gerald
answer your
Jones, to answer
question,
your
I
question,
had, and I
I
said
had,
this
and I said
yesterday,
this yesterday.
I had 6 people on my team lose money. They all got their money back. You know why? Because we actually give a fuck about our members. I don't know about who brought you guys in. I don't know what they told you. I don't know what they had to say when you went and confronted them. But for my team, we were responsible over here. So I don't really care. Take that up with who brought you in the business. Take that up with who you felt put you onto something that didn't go the way you expected. Because my team, we're eating and we're still good. Our day's not messed up. We're not crying. You know why? Because everyone in our business walked away. If we had to fork up some money, that's what we did. It is what it is. Maybe you should have people that love you and support you more. That's how I just look at it. Oh well.
So now
Secondly,
just let
Gerald
them
Jones,
ask you the questions, right? They're
one more
asking you
thing.
the questions and you should
I
just
also
I
paid for
also
six
respond to them.
people myself. So I also lost more of my money. It doesn't really matter. I used the company's money from the 960 I invested and I made over what, $18,000 from these people, and I didn't really get to touch most of it. I recycled what, 6 people in the business. I used it on bills. What do I have to show for it? I'm looking for another income. I'm just like most people. Gerald Jones, did you not hear me? There were 6 people and there were already reparations. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just letting them ask you the questions because from my end, I'm just like trying to find out if you
Gerald Jones, one second, I'm
taking
sorry.
time. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Can you?
12,000 plus 6,000 equals 18 profit. You guys keep messing up the facts. I even previously told you I just gave all the people on my team their money back. I'm not defending Eric. I've never defended Eric. I'm just telling y'all open up your eyes. Eric is the lowest on the totem pole. He's the most visible person. Where's the person that was promoting the Dallas HQ with Mbappe? Where's the other store leaders? Y'all are just trying to blame one person. It's honestly not fair. And then when you guys don't get your justice because you went after one person, you're gonna understand like, well, damn, maybe that one guy that was on that Drillerbyte YouTube, I get what he's saying now. We should think about this logically if we really want justice. Abuka, there were no links because there were no scooters in America that were being rented. Everything was said to be in Hong Kong. Everything was said to be in China. Jennifer, honestly, our car person, we bought our car person in, and we actually got our car person to buy up in the business, and we used some of the cryptocurrency as payment. And guess what? That car person is getting their money back as of this week. At the end of the day, what people don't realize is you live in an area. If you put people onto a business in your area and they lost money, your reputation in that area is at stake. Maybe some of you may not have the image in your society, in your communities that you want, but I personally care about mine and my community. I personally care about my families. I personally cared about the people who took the risk to join the business. So I don't want anyone looking and walking around like a fool, feeling like one, feeling down about an opportunity that realistically, yo, it wasn't real. It wasn't your fault. We were all duped. No, I did not receive a car. I actually won, quote unquote, the BMW. I have the monopoly money, I should say, sitting in my account. But yeah, I didn't get to touch it. Ibuka, that's very simple because China and Africa do business on a day-to-day, literally. China's in Africa right now, taking over their land off of shady deals. How can they not be doing business with Africa? Africans they would primarily use to promote a company. Why not promote minorities making money in America to get more money in America? And I'll just say, if anyone joined the business before June and you actively were trying to pull your money out, you got your return. It's really the people that joined maybe in the middle of May, the end of June, July that were building up and buying up that really got screwed. If you were a person before that entered LSSC around May or even before May, you more than likely got to touch your money and then some if you were actively pulling out. And that was a fact for almost every person. That wasn't something that was a myth. Every person I knew, every person that I could reach out to, I trust me, I did ask questions. Everybody got paid. There wasn't a day that no one got paid. There wasn't a day that I saw someone in bond chat saying, "Hey, I did not get a withdrawal." Ibuka, no, I'm not. This was actually my first go around, so I think I did well. But realistically, my background in trading kind of helped me because I'm not gonna go in with more money than I'm willing to risk. I wanted to go ahead and buy up to a 2180 package or a 4980 package and start making the great money all the time. But realistically, if the company went away tomorrow, I'd be pissed off. Jennifer, if you're actually interested in day trading, you can look up Reek Got Options on YouTube. If a driller allows me to post that person, you could look them up and you could see they're a legitimate day trader, leap trader, options trader. I personally went to college with them. I'm in different trading communities. So once again, like I said, I'm used to risk to reward management. I'm actually taking a break from trading because of me blowing my accounts and having to learn discipline. So these are the things that I was actually working on in LSSC. I was actually very proud that I allowed myself to build up to an A3 level without blowing my money. I was very proud that I was able to go ahead and get 85,000 in lightning. Honestly, for me, the company killed my hope, my family's hope, people that I knew's hope, because we all thought it was real. So don't take it like, oh, I feel like, oh, I won or anything, because that's not how I feel. I'm just happy that I got to walk away unscathed, unlike most people. But if people really do want to make money, if people really want a way out, I would say trading. Learn how to find someone that's good at trading and learn how to trade. Don't do any of these businesses. Don't no more. Don't do selling products. Don't do Ponzi schemes. Don't do any of this. It's not worth it, yo. It's truly not worth it. After watching what I've seen on YouTube, TikTok these last few weeks of people crying, people missing money, people out of homes, like this stuff is tragic. So I wouldn't recommend people doing any of this stuff, yo. But learn trading, learn investing, just stick to that stuff.
All right. I think we've had a really great discussion, and of course it was great, having you on live, and you've said a lot. Yes, people still have the right to thinking the way they think, and personally I feel like Eric really promoted the whole thing and he was vocal about it. And of course, a lot of people, I mean, I've seen someone who didn't want to join, and she only joined after attending Eric's training, right? And so I'm saying that, look, it could be, you may be right that this guy doesn't really know much about this whole thing, but the fact that
Can I say?
a lot of people joined due to his trainings, it means something, right? So directly or indirectly, he is responsible for a lot of people losing money, right? That's just the truth, and we cannot run away from that. So
Partly.
right
He is
now,
not fully, he is partly. But
yeah,
I
that
will
that's
say
what
for the
I'm saying.
record,
He's
I
partly
will say for the
responsible
record,
for people losing money.
some of the things that he allegedly said, because I would have had to go back and look at the videos myself and hear it, but some of the things he allegedly said, when you're guaranteeing assurances, when you're guaranteeing you're going to get this back or you're going to earn this much, you technically can't say that. That's financial advice, and in America you could sue just off of that. So if any of those language or any of those things were said, then realistically he's already in a whole leap of trouble, because that's financial advice and you can't do that. But at the same time, people went ahead and willingly listened to this person. And if they went and gave a random person, or just felt comfortable to give things that they couldn't afford into a business that they really could not vet properly, then that's truly on them.
Yeah, I agree that it's truly on them. But like you said, if someone is giving financial advice, it's a serious crime in the U.S. Okay, so especially if the
Driller,
person doesn't have the license to do that,
driller,
and
was he
based
doing
on,
that? Yes or
yeah, he
no?
was doing that.
Okay,
He was
watch this.
doing
So
that.
let's address a fact right now. Was he doing that? You just said yes.
Of
Do you
course.
do you think that if he had a lawyer or retained a lawyer and his lawyer heard him say that stuff, that he would continue to say that stuff on his trainings?
Okay, again, let's look at the facts. this guy, look at his, you listen to his trainings, you see how he guarantees people that it's a legitimate business and it's not a scam and they should invest. If you watch the video, he has taken down his Instagram, but luckily I had the video. Go watch the video on the backup channel and you will see the video I played of Eric. Just watch the towards the end of the video where he's promoting LSSC. Look at the language. Go and watch it. It's there, right? So it's not a question of was he doing that. He clearly was doing that.
He was,
So
you're
he
right.
was,
But
you're right.
Driller,
Go
he
and
was
watch the
doing
video. Look
he
at the
was
way he
doing
was promoting it. Look
no,
at the language he was
I'm not
using. He
disagreeing
was
with you.
calling people in.
But Driller, the
Yeah.
information that he was using, everyone had access to it. Mia literally posted this stuff all the time. She would post files for training. She would post everything that he said the company and Bond Chat would give people. He was using what the company gave him. And so I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, he shouldn't have been saying certain things, yes. But everything that was said, if people were doing their recruiting the way that they said they were doing, bringing people in, they would be delivering this message in LSSC. In fact, I send you videos where people are hosting their own meetings and having their own big gatherings. What information do you think they were using? Not information that Eric had. It's the information that the company gave everybody to use. Eric is
Again,
just a
yeah, I
keystone. So
understand
I'm
you,
not
but I'm
going to
saying,
say
yeah, I'm saying that the people hosting the training were using the same materials. I agree. But in Eric's case,
he
he
was making
was
reassurances he should not have.
exactly, he was
So
doing that.
for that, watch. We'll see how this unfolds. And I personally think it's not going to unfold nice. But at the same time, like I keep telling people, it may not go the way they expect. You need to really understand how these things go. You really need to look up how to get your justice. If you're truly a victim, stop being emotional. Stop saying it's just one person's fault. Because if you go and try and blame one person, you may not get anything at all. Because they may turn around and say, okay, cool, it costs $5,000 to get a lawyer. Okay, we went after the wrong guy. Now, do you have another $5,000 to go after the actual person? People really need to sit here and think who is truly responsible for their loss of funds outside of themselves. Yes, Eric is partly to blame, but you guys need to also look at it. How does it look in the court of law? Most people did not directly talk to Eric for Eric to reassure you. You listen to some person on YouTube say, hey, come get your money and you're guaranteed $1 million. They'll look at you in court and say, why did you listen to this person on YouTube? Do you know them? Do you have a relationship? Who did this? Jimmy Salinas, Eric got his information from Bond Chat like the rest of us. Bond Chat, all the information was posted in there. Ibuka, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I never disagreed with you. I personally believe Eric has information, but I think his information is similar to everyone else's. I think that people should focus on the higher level of management, the people that were really making the company a lot of money by recruiting. Because the ones that got the cars, the ones that got the houses, apparently, all of those people. Eric didn't get a car. Eric didn't get a house. But Driller, you'll see some of those videos and all of that information I sent you, so now you can look into that more. It's not just him. So I'm trying to tell people for their own sake, for their own sake, please look into your own way of getting justice. Go seek legal counsel. Figure out with your legal counsel who is truly responsible. Because pointing it at one person falsely will not get you anywhere.
Yeah, I agree pointing it at one person, but I don't agree the falsely part. This
Look,
is not
look, look,
false.
look. Are you an American citizen?
No.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about my background because I sit in front of a judge every day. So I deal with court cases every day. I listen to civil cases, I listen to criminal cases. I watch people go in jail for both. So I'm not trying to confuse. You can simply type in ChatGPT and say, hey, and ask it a question. If I was to sue someone for a scam and there were several people involved in a scam, who would be the most likely person? And give it the same scenario and go ask ChatGPT and see what it says. Because like I keep telling people, you're gonna go and try and blame one person, you'll get in front of a actual judge, a court of law, and they'll say, no, 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 no. This is this, and your lawyer will have to redirect you for where it really needs to go. People need to think, if you're really a victim, if you're really a person that has been affected by this and you want your justice, point the finger, get legal counsel, and have them figure out who is the person responsible. Do I think Eric is guilty for all of this? Not entirely. And no, he's not innocent. But do I think he's solely to blame? Heck no. Driller, I'm not saying and I'm not defending Eric, but I'm just telling people, think outside the box for their own justice. Gerald Jones, no, I have not known anyone that has received any cars. I've known people that have touched the scooters and have ridden the scooters, but a car, no. 10 times Z, you're right. But guess what? Is the president in jail or is his friends in jail? That's a fact. That's a fact. When President Trump went through all that stuff, who went to jail? All of his friends, not him. He's still the president. He got reelected. So I understand your point, but take it from someone that actually works in the system. That's how it goes. I've been just trying to be logical with everyone with this whole situation the whole time because truly, I looked on social media and from the heart of my heart, the deepest part, I feel bad for whoever did not get their money out because personally, I know a lot of people that did and benefited from the company. So for those that didn't, I truly do apologize that you joined at this time. I really do weep for you. But please go ahead and seek the right proper counsel so you can get your justice. That's all I've been trying to say this whole time. Stop looking at just it's Eric. Oh, it's just Eric. Oh, no, they will start at Eric. There will probably be a class action, probably try to be produced against him. There may be a lot of different legal things, but then you're going to have to watch how this shit unfolds, literally, because it may just turn out that he may not be the one responsible and it may be turned out that he's a victim and you have to go after your manager or the person that invited you or everything else. Whoever wants to be the first person up to go ahead and try and get your compensation from him, I go ahead. I would love to see that. And if you're successful, then I guarantee you a lot of people are coming. But I guarantee you at this point in time, you guys are going to have to wait and see how things unfold first. You just can't point the finger, oh, it's him, and then let me go and try and sue him. You'll be wasting a lot of fucking money. And I'm trying to help people not lose money. 10 times Z, you're right and you're wrong. Eric didn't really have contact with these people. If anything that I realized while being in LSSC, when they had the payment issues and the payment errors, do you know that we were so isolated that if we could have reached out to that lady in Dallas, Texas, or that man in California, or the people down in Mississippi to see if those teams got paid, it would have been a lot better. But we did not have any of those options. We weren't connected as much as people thought. It's not like, hey, I made a phone call. I asked so many different people, hey, can you get me the manager for this place? Can I get this person? Do you have this person's contact information? I wanted to speak to a lot of these people that you would see in these things. No one had access to these people. It's like some of these people weren't real. Just my personal outlook on it by the time it was said and done. But that's how isolated LSSC kept our people. Even in the last like 2 to 3 weeks, they even had to switch servers. I'm not lying. I've never told a single lie about what LSSC has had us do or what they've said. Everything that Eric said, you can go back and chat that Danny said it. Everything that Eric got, Mia has posted. Everything that we have learned about LSSC, everyone could have equally learned. If anything, I know a little bit more than Eric did, because Eric didn't even understand the other three legs of business. Most people didn't understand that LSSC had a freaking cryptocurrency. There's a lot of things that people don't know because they never asked questions. And if you looked at it from an outside standpoint, yo, they really looked like they had a legitimate business, a little ecosystem. They had a crypto coin in the works. You were sitting there in LSSB buying their actual products, and those actual products in LSSB were going and being shipped to the physical stores for being shown. This was really a complex operation that, honestly, they could have ran this for years if they did not get greedy, and no one would have realized. Driller, you would have been on the internet crying wolf. It's just so happened that they got popped in Canada, they got their shit frozen from what it looks like, and they got outed out around here. Or I honestly think, in my personal opinion and outlook, LSSC would have ran for a few months to another year. So all I'm telling people is, yeah, okay, cool. Eric's guilty. Eric's innocent. Y'all think whatever you want to think, but please think outside the box. Don't point your finger at just one man. He may have answers. He may not. Y'all may be pissed off that when you go ahead and you find that, okay, a case does ensue from this, and you find out that this is all online. Like, damn, he really didn't know anything. You're gonna come back and say, what now? Who do we go to again? You guys are doing work that shouldn't be done yet. Really just sit there, logically think about this, seek legal counsel, and then make a move. Yo, everyone's gonna have their opinion, but Eric never got paid, yo. Eric did not get paid. They froze his payments. If people want to know how he was getting paid for the trainings, through the same website that they were giving us our money through the scooters. Everything was added to his additional revenue. He had to do a withdrawal, lose the same 20% for getting his paid for the trainings, just like the rest of the people. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's a lot of emotional people on here. I get it, but you guys really need to stop. Think for a second of how you can recoup if there is a possible way, because I'm rooting for everyone to recoup if there is a possible way. But don't blow your chance and don't waste any more money. Please don't. Jimmy, are we friends? No. Eric is down in Virginia. I live in the state of Delaware. Eric was 5 uplines away from me. My cousin's brother in law is personal friends with Eric. Before Eric joined LSSC, he was broke. Eric has even said this.
So is he rich now? Is Eric rich now?
No, he was reinvesting his money like like to all of us. So yeah, he got trapped on the withdrawal, man.
But
It's not. It's
there are people who still think that Eric knowingly promoted the whole thing, knowing it's a scam and all. And essentially, well, my standpoint right now after speaking with you is that Eric was just being, should I say, greedy or stupid, and
a mixture of both. I would agree with you.
yeah, and just willfully being blind to the things everyone was saying, and probably
Driller, we
if
all were. Danny had
yeah,
a
so
bounty. I told you previously, the people in the chat, the real ones will confirm. They had a bounty on anyone who was talking negative on LSSC. Show me who didn't make money. Show me who didn't get paid. Show me who's sitting here talking bad about us. They had it. People were taking screenshots. They were paying people legitly for people talking bad about LSSC. If anyone in this chat was around long enough, they could confirm. So yes, they had people indoctrinated pretty much at a point. The only people that were not indoctrinated in LSSC were the people within the last 2.5 months because they got screwed.
but you would agree what Grace is saying, that investigations usually must start from somewhere and someone. In this case, Eric. There's nothing
Grace,
wrong
I
in
agree.
investigating Eric. Yeah.
But I'm just telling people, and I've always taken this stance. It's not gonna
Yeah,
finish with him. It's just gonna start with him, and you guys
yeah,
gonna
it will
see it.
start. Yeah, definitely to start with him. And what I'm saying is, for it to start with him, people have to actually make a complaint against him. Did you get what I'm saying?
The the DA Keith something in Minnesota is already on to this. You have the guy from Arlington, Corporal Hoffman. If you go on TikTok, you could look at those people that went into the alleged headquarters, and they said exactly what happened. So all of this stuff is being investigated already. People just have to keep putting in more complaints, and it's not going to speed up the process. Realistically, when you guys go ahead and report, you're going to have to be as transparent as you can and give them as much information as possible. If you're going to say, hey, a thousand or a million reports of saying, hey, Eric, blank blank. I'm not gonna say his name, but you say his name. But hey, Eric is the person that scammed me, and they go and they do that research and they uncover a lot more. You guys are gonna be mad. So I'm just really just saying, yeah, it starts with him more than likely, but it's not gonna end with him, and you guys will really be surprised how deep it goes.
Blueberry, I don't know why you feel it's an erroneous complaint. I don't like when people speak like this. It's not erroneous. I mean, he definitely promoted it and he
Driller,
reassured people. So
that's
it's.
the
I don't
same
think it's an
mindset.
erroneous complaint. I
That's the
don't
same
think it's an
mindset
erroneous
for
complaint.
voting. Voting matters. Your opinion matters. Your comments matter. Your actions matter. If you're gonna think small of yourself, then nothing's gonna come of it. If you think something's gonna come of it, probably something's gonna come of it. Maybe not what you expected, but something.
Well, in this case, I think so. So the my mindset shift would be people should actually make multiple complaints, right? So
Correct.
again, there is you have to put someone's name, so you can make multiple complaints like the lady you talked about. She needs to be reported, but the thing is, because Eric was the face and that's the only name people know. Like
Driller, watch this.
I found out
Golden
about that lady
question.
via your stuff, right? Via the
Golden
stuff you
question.
sent me.
Who invited Eric to LSSC?
Well, I don't know.
That's something most people are going to have to figure out because that's another. If people are saying Eric's the face, then that means he should have, you know, just
Well,
brought this thing out
well,
of
I
nowhere.
I take that back. I think I may have an idea of who invited Eric because he told me on the call.
Ah,
Yeah,
now
but
we're
I don't
getting
know if he
somewhere.
was lying because at this point I really don't trust Eric. I don't trust anything he says, because I mean, for someone who claimed that the scooters are in the U.S. and blah blah blah, what I'm saying is that for someone who claimed that, I don't trust what he says. But he told me that he was invited by his Nigerian friend, and I mean, they had a meeting, and the guy told him that, look, there is opportunity in this thing, and he jumped on it. That was what he told me. Do you understand?
I understand. And Abuka, I'm telling people to go ahead and figure it out because I don't know who invited him either. I just know he was invited.
Okay, someone is saying I should put on headphones so that the echoing stops. I think when I mute myself, the echoing stops. So maybe I'll just use headphones. Yeah, but you can just answer the questions why I use like headphones.
Look, I'm not here to defend him. Y'all can have your own opinion. I'm just telling people to be open minded. Do I agree with Driller and everything he said? I think Driller can answer that no. But are we in disagreement about most things? Definitely not. It's just about where do you start, where do you look, how do you get your answers, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. it's not just one person. It could start with him. He may be possibly a big person in all of this, or he could be one of the smallest people. Realistically, in my opinion, from what I've seen, whoever was in Dallas, Texas, whoever did the headquarters down there, whoever was able to get up into Canada fast, all of these places, how you were able to spread to these locations like pests, that's what I would be looking at. I wouldn't just be looking at a guy that came in and just held a training, because before him, there was still a couple 100,000 people in LSSC. How did they all get there?
Okay, so what I think I will do going forward is, start to expose some of the faces that you've sent to me, right? So I
Bro,
think
start with the
yeah, I
lady.
think I'll
Start with the
start to
tech lady.
expose more faces, and so that people can understand that, look, this person also, you need to file multiple complaints, right,
Hold on
against.
one second. One second. Abby, the person that did that is the lady with the locks. Driller has that video. Driller is the lady with the red Tesla with the golden locks. Her name is Hepzibah. Start there. You have
Yeah.
all of that information.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
definitely,
start there.
definitely. I really appreciate the info you've shared, and I think the right thing to do next, because I'm personally going after Eric, honestly, because I warned him several times, right? I warned him several times on his channel. I warned him on my channel. I warned him, and this guy didn't listen. So I feel like, okay, um, you trying to, you know, make people think that what we're saying is a lie and all, then you must know something deeper. But like what you said, it doesn't stop at Eric. So I would release more videos, and it's about to get interesting, really, because I would release all those videos so people can have more names, faces, and the role they played, right? And
Do
I've
me a
said
favor.
this.
Can
Yeah.
you download all that stuff? Because I don't want that stuff anymore. Honestly, looking at it, thinking about it, I get sad about LSSC. But can you just get all the stuff and then let me
Sure,
know?
sure. Yeah,
Because yeah, I don't
definitely,
need it no more.
definitely. I will. So people need to have these names and the faces, and actually report, and so the FBI would know that, okay, this person played a role, this person also played a role, this person also played a role, and the investigation will be balanced. So I think that's the way to go after this if you ask me, productive meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want people getting their hopes up. I just don't want people, trying to, at this point, put their eggs in one basket. Yeah, go ahead. If you, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I'm just really setting the expectations of, don't get your hopes up if you think that one person's going to be held responsible for everything. It's not going to be the case.
Mm, it's all right. So I'm seeing a lot of comments. Hafziba is Congolese. Well, I don't know where Hafziba is from, but then, of course, she will be exposed. Anyone who we can actually, see their faces and we know their names, will definitely expose all of them, right? They postponed the trip to Dallas to try to get all of paid. Okay, okay, to try to like get the money and probably withdraw them. I think that's what
Look, for the
Building is trying to
victims,
say. Yeah.
honestly, just call it quits with the money in the system. It's a loss. If there's a way to recoup, it's not going to be from getting it back for them. That money is gone. Just being very, very transparent.
So you think nothing can be done? Nothing can be done about the money. You think people can? I mean, that's a lot of money for the scammers to spend everything in this short period of time. Don't you think so?
You're assuming that they're trying to spend it. You're assuming that you know their objective. And that's just gonna be where I
That's
say,
true.
just leave it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's you're right. You're right about that. But I mean, let's see what happens. Wayne is saying, "I'm glad now they're friends." Now after Driller booted him, booted him from the chat yesterday. Well, I made a mistake. I thought he was calling me a liar, even when I was sure of what I was saying. So yeah. I
I'm
think
sure people in your chat will agree if you and your friends were making money, and I'm not saying any of the new members, but the ones that joined a few months ago, if you and all your friends were making money, and then you seen some guy with like a couple thousand views on YouTube saying, "Oh, LSSC is a scam," and you're pulling out hundreds of dollars a week after week. Oh yeah, you're gonna be sitting there in a party, popping champagne, laughing at him. Like, I'm just being real.
Yeah. Okay. What about the police officer that promoted LSSC? What do you think about that?
Oh, well, you got that information. You got all of those pictures. I'm not gonna expose names or anything, but yeah, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for all the politicians. I feel bad for that army guy. I feel bad for that politician lady. I feel bad for the mayor. I feel bad for guy in Oakland, New Jersey that went to the ribbon cutting. It's all the same thing. They all got duped.
Okay. Just do it. Don't worry. I will release everything I've got. I mean, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Other channels,
Jimmy, hold
other
on.
YouTube channels are kind of. You
Hold
said
on,
what?
Driller. I want to be transparent because people are talking about the officer and like he promoted it. Um, Driller, when you get a chance to post, you need to post the Facebook page that shows that specific police department with their post on there. It's not just the police officer. That entire department thought the company was real. So when you guys are trying to say, once again, going after a single person, no, there were multiple officers. It's on their actual official Facebook page, them partnering or endorsing Lightning Share Scooter Company. Go on there, MS Police Department, Driller. You have that information. You can pull it up. You can show
Sure.
it after this, and let them.
Sure.
And
I
all
will
of
do
this
that.
is on Facebook. So people, please stop just blaming these individuals. Like this was a very elaborate, well thought out, good Ponzi scheme, and it got a lot of people. But to sit there and hold officials that literally got shown what was the basic requirements of what was needed for a business and that it was paying. Hey, and then literally you have a police officer promoting a business and what's behind him or in the store with him? Scooters. So I don't understand how, people are going, it's not believable, red flag, when all of these people were duped into the business by believing what they saw. It was a very, very simple thing. They believed what they saw because what they saw was tangible. They produced it. You can touch it. You could spend it. You could write it. You can do whatever it was that they said you could have done with it. The prizes that people won, hey, some people didn't get their prizes. I know quite a few people that won the prizes. I've won quite a few prizes and received quite a few prizes. And even when I did not win prizes, they gave me the monetary value for the prizes. So it's just simple things that, yo, if you were actually a member for post June and you were in the business, yo, LSSC was the truth. It was believable. So for it to end how it did, tragic. But for it to come to an end because of what it is, oh yeah, let's go. I'm just sorry for all the people that were hurt. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Wayne, I agree with you. Oh no, there's a spider out there. One sec.
He said, one that police officer made a testimony. A lot of people were sold. It could be real because why would an officer of the law lie right on camera? Yeah. They use our money to pay others. Sad.
Driller,
Yeah, I
Driller,
can hear you.
you also have the video of the police at night riding the scooters. So like, you could post that. Like, that whole the police department got duped, man.
Yeah, I think so. And
The
the
whole
thing
police
is,
department. Do you have?
yeah,
And I'm gonna be honest. LSSC was primarily black people from what it seemed like, but even in that police department, you have a whole white officer, Officer Landry, holding up an LSSC poster. When you go on the Facebook page, you scroll down, who do you see? And other officer pictures, Officer Landry. I'm sorry.
someone, 10 times 10, the cop looked like AI. No, I don't think it was AI.
The
It
cop
was
wasn't
real.
AI. Those were real people. There's a real Facebook page. You could really go see those police. You can really see
Yeah,
that they were real.
yeah,
That's
it
the
was real.
problem.
It wasn't AI. It
The
wasn't
the
AI.
mayor, the mayor of
But I don't
Mississippi,
get
that's
it.
real too.
I mean, how um I don't get how officers could fall for this because spotting the scam was easy,
Bro, they gave them the
honestly.
scooters. They had income. I I think you
But there was
forget
no face for crying
we're
out loud.
Americans. We're Americans. Let me explain something to you. In my state, right? And people could verify this. In my state, I can make a company and be anonymous. That's a thing here in America. You don't have to declare who your people are that own a company. You can have a whole entirely private corporation. So here in America, it is a very normal thing to not know who the fuck is owning a company. And I mean that. Like, ask any American that understands business. You can file an anonymous corporation.
And get people to invest in it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
can you give me one example?
I can't give you an actual example working, but look up American law, look up how you can make an company,
No,
look how
no,
people can
no.
file
You just said
anonymously.
something. You just said something that it's a common thing, right? And I'm
It is a
repeating what you
common thing
said.
to file anonymously here in America.
Yeah, and I asked and invest in the company. You said yes. So give me one example.
I'm saying
Just one.
not
Just
invest. I'm
one
not saying
example.
invest. I wouldn't have an example. I'm just saying there's a lot of private companies. There's a lot of private equity companies. Would I give you an example? I would have to go ask ChatGPT for some. But literally, you can make an anonymous company here and do whatever the hell you want with it. That is a fact.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't think it's common. If it's common, you would give me one example. One, like one.
What do you think
You
a
get what
private
I mean?
corporation is?
Again, I'm asking and invest in it. Yes, I get it that you can start an anonymous company and all that. I get it. The law permits it. But invest in the company, I don't think I don't think that's a common thing. And there is a clause under the SEC financial whatever. There is a clause that states that um, as a financial company, you are required to reveal the leadership of the company to your investors.
When you say leadership of the company, Danny, general manager, what's the leadership? Revealed. The face, shown. So your question got answered. The least requirement of what you just stated got answered here in American law. If you know anything about American law, and I work in the court, I'm not arguing with you. I'm straight up telling you that requirement was fulfilled. You don't have to show all of your management. You got to show a general management. That was sufficient.
Oh, okay. So you feel like showing the founder and CEO is not important?
You don't have to. It's not required. Do I think it's important? Yes. But does my opinion matter with versus what you have to do? No. They fulfilled all their minimum requirements. And if you look up when they filed with the SEC non-tax exempt, guess what? They technically weren't offering any securities. They were advising you, hey, put your money here and follow this signal.
I mean,
That
but they
also
had a
can be
coin
done
for
here.
crying out loud. What was
Yes,
the
the
coin
coin
for?
and the coin they did not actually mention. If you really actually looked into the coin, they mentioned it one time and they left it on LSSB. The reason they didn't mention the coin was probably for the SEC.
But they had the coin, right?
Yes.
Was that illegal or, I mean,
They did not promote buying it. So for them, more than likely not, it wasn't offered as a security at that point.
hmm. And what about the platform, the trading platform?
The trading platform,
Hmm.
you're not taking financial advice. You're literally following a trade. I literally have a guy in Canada that
The
you can go
trading
ahead and do the
platform
same thing with.
belong. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. The trading platform belongs to who?
LSSC.
Exactly. Is LSSC authorized to have a trading platform?
You can have a trading platform. They weren't advising you to do anything. It wasn't financial advice.
Mm-mm.
You
To
followed
have a
the
trading platform,
instructions.
yeah, but to have a trading platform, you need to
It
you need to
wasn't
have been.
considered a trading platform.
Okay, what exactly was it?
A trading platform, for a majority of the time, has multiple things that you can trade. On their platform, you could literally only go in and plug and play a signal. You could not do anything outside of plug and play their signal. So technically, the trades, quote unquote, that you would say weren't actually trades. They were just you mirroring what a signal was.
Okay,
There's loopholes for around this stuff. If they were
yeah, I get.
offering this stuff in a financial, okay, guarantee this, doing this, the 2%, okay, that's stretching it. But how they did it, yeah, they did their thing around getting around some of these rules, yo. Truly did. Truly did. Truly did.
Okay, so like what I'm saying is, um, on the issue of this trading, I think they had a trading platform, and they're not licensed to own a trading platform because again, your trading is actually going on, right?
It wasn't
There's
trading. It
actually
wasn't trading. You're
what do
gonna
you
have
call that?
you're mirroring a signal. There's a guy in Canada right now. There's a guy in right. You didn't place any trades. You mirrored a
Yeah,
signal.
so this is it. They're creating the what do you call it? The illusion that you're actually trading.
No, they're not. They never said that. They said the signal. They said, yo, you get this, you get a 2%. Trading, you can't guarantee a 2% every single day. You can't guarantee a 4% every single day. You can't guarantee that when you're trading. It wasn't trading. You were literally following a signal.
So what do you mean by signal? Maybe you need to tell me what you mean by signal.
They would say buy up, they would say buy down. In a trade, you need to understand how much the price is and where you're exiting and where you're leaving. None of that was done. They just
So
gave us
if
a signal.
okay, so this is it. If you are buying up or buying down, what what do you call that? What is trade? What do you understand by trade?
Trading, you're literally setting, going into a thing, right? For a set price, whatever price you want to. and you're leaving it at whatever price you want to. An asset, an actual asset. You have multiple options to choose from. You're not mirroring a signal. And I'm telling you this, why? Because there is a guy in Canada who does the same exact thing, and it's not considered trading.
So what would you say about the trading? Do you think it was like it was just a simulation? What do you think about it personally?
Knowing people that actually have their own bots and everything, I was initially impressed. I was like, okay, cool. These guys got the AI. They're running quantum AI. But after thinking about how they actually were able to get their calls, they were just doing the actual signals within a nice little time frame. Within a minute, a candle is going to go up or down. So they were just waiting for whatever single second or nanosecond that candle went up or down, entered in, and then waited the rest of it for it to change, whether it was going up or down, to exit out of it. And that's what they just called the trade at the end of the day. That's how that actually ended up turning to be. So if Bitcoin was 132 and they said buy up, they would go ahead and buy up when Bitcoin was going up and maybe exit when Bitcoin went at 133, literally. And they would just say that happened. Or let's say Bitcoin was going up and down, they would just pick a point where, yo, Bitcoin went up, and they would just pick that point, and that's the trade that you would have mirrored for the day, quote unquote. Yay, it was to simulate and have us think that we were actually placing trades, quote unquote trades. And yeah, you're right. People put a lot of money in that and lost a lot of money in that actual thing. Yes, you are 100% right. Lightning Exchange was the actual big trap. For anyone that doesn't know how to trade, for anyone that actually understands what kind of tools you could use in trading, Lightning Exchange was a nice little tool that they got over on people with. Because you actually have bots and everything else that can actually do that for people in real life. So the fact that you had a 2% return, that's a low risk. You got people that are running quantum AI bots right now that are doing 5 and 6% a day on tradings and stuff like that. Actually, so I actually believed Lightning.
So do
Oh
you still believe lightning?
no, I know that what they did is actually real, but I know that what they personally did is fake.
Why do you how do you know now that it's fake?
Because you can go on Fiverr and you can go pay someone to build an app that does the same thing for $50.
So it's all a simulation. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think we just arrived at the same conclusion, and that was what I was trying to say initially, that the whole trading thing was just a simulation, and the idea that they're creating a simulation to make you think you are trading, it means they were actually um creating a platform for trading. If not, if they're not creating a platform for trading, why would they create a an app that would simulate trading? Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what
So
you're saying, but for that
so
question, you would need to understand the testing curve.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear
Am
you.
I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
great.
you. You
Great.
there?
So what I'm saying is they simulated trading and made you think you are trading. Now, if they are simulating trading and making you think you are trading, but right now you and I can agree that that was just all a simulation, then they were actually building a trading platform. And right now, I can tell you for free that LSSC was not licensed to own a trading platform, right? So again, they brought out a fraudulent SEC certification claiming that the SEC
It
had
was a
issued
non-advisory certification.
exactly, yes, and you do not have the. But again, go and watch the video. Go and watch the. You know what I'm thinking? I don't think you watched any. You've not seen any of the videos, because the video where Danny was speaking about the certification, Danny specifically said LSSC is now licensed to trade. There is video evidence, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I still live? Hello? Something is going on. Hello, bro. Are you there? Okay, I think lost him.
Hello?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is go watch Danny's video, the general manager. Watch his video where he was, and again I have reacted to the same video. Just go and watch it. Danny said LSSC is now licensed by the SEC to trade. Go and watch it. Now, if you look at the license he was talking about, that license is actually not that license doesn't permit you to trade. But you watch Danny's video and you will see that what you are saying and what Danny said doesn't add up. So did you watch that video? Is my question. Man, ZSG, is it
Hello?
me or is it ZSG?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Did you hear
Yeah.
everything I said in the last minute or
Are you
so?
saying your video?
I'm talking that I'm saying, look, there is a video out there on Danny's channel. I don't know, that is the LSSC, and I reacted to that video. In that video, Danny was saying that LSSC is now licensed to trade, and he showed the sec, he showed the SEC certificate, right? Now he showed the SEC certificate, and I became curious, and I said, "Look, okay, this is something, because if this guy is coming out to say that LSSC is now licensed to trade, then it means it means they may be legit." And I decided to find out, and then I wrote to the SEC saying this guy claims that LSSC is registered with the SEC and now licensed to trade. The thing is there. So did you watch the video? That's my question to you.
I did. But all I'm gonna tell you, Driller, is you need to understand loopholes here in America and what they're able to do. I
Sorry, let
agree
me
with
cut
you.
you. Let me cut you. If you're saying you did watch the video and you heard him say that, but now you are saying that they did not say they are trading. So those two things doesn't add up. Danny said LSSC is trading. Lightning Exchange is trading. You can now trade. Those words were mentioned in the video. Bro, you're silent. Can you hear me or what's going on?
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Danny said what he said. I'm not saying that he did not say that. You missed what I'm saying. I'm saying they're using loopholes like they did with everything else to get away with what they did for the shorter period of time. I understand what you said with the SEC thing, but you need to understand how loopholes here work. Just like you can file an anonymous corporation, you'll ask for an example, I wouldn't be able to give you one. But I promise you, there's plenty of private equity firms that you can't know the owners of. And I can keep going,
Bro,
but
I
here in
understand,
America,
bro. ZSG, I understand you perfectly well. There are loopholes, right? And I understand that. But I'm saying that you specifically said that you can't say that was trading and that no one said they are trading. That was what you said. And I'm telling you that in the video, Danny, your general manager, said it with
do
his
you think
mouth.
do you think that Danny is running the trades, quote unquote? Let's call them trades. Do you think Danny is
It's
running
not
the
about
trades every
running
day?
it. I'm not talking about
You're
running it.
here. Let me explain something to you, Driller.
Yeah.
You're literally using what Danny says, where most people never looked at Danny's videos. Have you ever actually looked at how many views Danny's videos ever got and how many people are allegedly in the company? Not even a
Again,
fraction.
no,
Once again, we got our
I
information.
understand
Listen
you.
to me. We got our information
No,
from Bond Chat.
hold on. ZSG, I understand you. I'm stating the fact. We're dealing with facts here.
When
You are
Danny said
saying,
that, we were not aware of that.
but you said you
We were
watched the
not.
video.
No, I never said I watched the video. Go back and replay this. You're saying if I asked you, did I see your video? No, I said that.
Okay, so okay, with the information, so are you now you're saying that no one said trading is going on, and I'm telling you
I'm not
that the
saying no one said
management,
trading
the
is
so
going on. We were told to follow a signal. It was never
yes,
called
but
trading.
it was called trading, and that's what I'm telling you. It was actually called trading by the supposed management of the company. So how are you saying it was never called trading?
When you're following a signal, input literally, you're not doing an actual trade. You're not exiting. You're just pressing a button anytime. You
Bro,
consider
my
that
bro,
trading.
man, it was called trading. It's not about your definition now. It was actually called trading. That's what I'm saying. It's not about your definition of following a signal. I'm telling you for free that it was called trading. So if it was called trading, let's call a spade a spade. So the thing was called trading, right? It's not about you saying, oh, you're just following a signal. No one calls it trading. No, Danny actually called it trading. And I have a video about it on this platform, and I reacted to it and said, this guy claims that LSSC, LTE, is now licensed to trade in the US. In fact, I think you need to go and listen to that. Either you watch the one I have here or you go and watch the one on Danny's channel. It was called trading. Okay? So now if you come here to say no one called it a trading, it was just a signal, then it means I don't get it. Right? So if it was called trading and then they didn't really have the what do you call it, the permission, right, to actually carry out trading activities, then it's illegal. That's
Here,
what I'm
you want to
saying.
hold on. Driller,
Yeah.
Danny didn't lie. Secondly, here, let me backtrack. I'll agree with you and I'll say you're right on that part. But you're wrong legally. And I keep trying to tell you, you're wrong legally. They were able to do that. Would you like to go ask ChatGPT? You can get your answer from ChatGPT. It will tell you the same thing here in America. You can do that. And I could read you the guidelines, just like I could read you the guidelines with a corporation and filing anonymously. You ask for examples, but guess what? America is a country full of loopholes where you're not going to find examples because people like to keep secrets. For example, founders, CEOs, and other members of the board. So you could promote a single person as a face. Just for example, I live in the state of Delaware. Do you know that you only need a registered agent to run a company? You don't need anything else. That means you can go ahead and run your company without a face. No one knows who owns it. No one knows. You could say, "Hey, I'm Bob Jill from this," and no one's going to understand because they can't find that paperwork. Only the courts can. These are not live. You need to look up how America works. So when they were running that whole non-exempt SEC thing, they were doing it with the loopholes. You can call it trading. You can call a spade a spade. I will agree with you. But what I was saying the whole time, to backtrack, is saying that Danny with LSSC was legally operating through a loophole. Was it a scam? Yes. Were we scammed? Yes. But LSSC did all the necessary paperwork to actually do all of this. Abby, I'm not saying he is not a liar. I'm saying Danny legitly did all the requirements to file and say he was doing what he said he was doing. Now, did he scam us? Yes. Driller, I can even post you the exact wording from ChatGPT if you would like. This is not a game, bro. I work in this field. I deal with this shit every day. I'm trying to tell you. This is why I'm trying to advise people on your channel the entire night. Please don't just focus on one person. Back to my prior original plea with you guys. Stop focusing on one person. Learn how stuff works in this country. This is not international law. If you got scammed in America under American soil, on American soil, guess what? You did LSSC in America, you're going to be under American jurisdiction. So you need to learn how it works here in America. And if you got it done in Canada, you need to learn how it works in Canada. And if you're trying to sue from Canada to America, you need to learn how that also works. You guys can't just be saying sue this, sue that, and you advising all of this, Driller, because legally here in America, you might not be American, but you can be held liable for the things you say. You need to watch how you speak on these platforms. And I've been trying to say this the entire night. And some people in the chat get me, but most people don't because they want to be emotional. Please listen. The paperwork was filed correctly. Their business's license filed correctly. Was everything done fraudulently? Yes. But was everything filed in the American court system, court eyes, correctly? Yes. Did they follow through with everything they did? No. It was a scam.
So my question is, where was LSSC filed as a trading platform?
No, LTE was filed as a trading platform. LSSC was filed for an MSB business in all 50
Again,
states.
okay, so again, LTE, you're saying LTE was filed as a trading platform.
It was filed called Lightning Exchange,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
and it
you're
was
saying it
done
was
as
filed.
non-exempt. Do you know what that means?
I know I reached out to the SEC. I know what that means. And I am telling you that
Here, let me go over it. Hold
that
on,
does
hold
not
on,
make
hold on.
you
Let
that
me
doesn't mean
let me go
I
over the
have the
requirements. Let me
I
go over the
have the
requirements.
email from the SEC. You don't need to
Do you
prove
have the
anything.
requirements? There are 3 requirements that you just need. Here, let me go over them. They
ZSG,
are:
can
you
you
must
count
register
them?
an MSB. They registered an MSB.
ZSG.
You must get a money
Yes.
transmitter license. They got a money transmitter license. If any tokens are considered securities, which is why they stopped promoting LNC, you must register with those. They followed every requirement under the non-exempt. If you don't do
If
this
you don't do this and
you are not non-exempt, your
non-exempt,
platform
your
will be
platform
operating
would be
illegally.
operating
They
illegally. They
followed the
followed the
basic
basic
guidelines.
guidelines.
It's sad that I can't. Let me see if I can share. Let me see if I can share. Oh, great, great. Hold on. I want to try and share the. I want to try and share the email from the SEC. I want to try and share the response so that you can read it, and let's all read what LT actually is, right? So that we can understand this thing better. Just hold on. I'm gonna share it now. Let me find it. I'll
And they
show.
don't
And
force
they
you to
don't
do
force you to
anything.
do anything.
They tell you
They
No,
tell
to.
you to.
hold on. ZSG, just hold on.
I'm not
I
saying
will
use
I'm
it.
not
I'm
share
saying
it
use
answering
it.
now.
I'm
questions.
answering questions.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I thought you were speaking about what I'm doing. I'm gonna share it
Driller,
now.
look at the
Driller, look
chat.
at the
Mary
chat.
Simply,
Mary
look at the
Simply,
chat.
look at the
Trust me.
chat.
Like,
Trust me.
the
Like
people
the
Okay.
understand
people
what I'm talking
understand what I'm
about.
talking about.
Yeah, hold on, hold on. This is from the SEC. Now, let's read this, right? I have like the complete
No,
response.
Driller, can I cut you
Can
off?
I
Can
cut
we
you
cut
off?
to
Can we
that
cut
middle
to that middle
paragraph? It
paragraph?
says,
It says
Exchange Limited
Exchange
is not
Limited is
registered
not
as an
registered as
investment
an
advisor
investment
with the
advisor with
SEC.
the
Our database
SEC. Our
shows that
database
it's an
shows that it's
exempt
an
reporting
exempt
advisor.
reporting advisor.
The SEC
The
does not
SEC
review the
does not
abilities
review
or
the abilities or
qualifications of
qualifications
exempt
of
reporting
exempt reporting
advisors. Beware
advisors.
of any
Beware of
claims,
any claims,
implications that the
implications
SEC
that the
has.
SEC has sponsored.
Are you there?
Do you
Do
not
you not
actually see what
actually
that
see what
says
that
for
says for
yourself? They
yourself? They
fell within the
fell within the
guidelines.
guidelines.
You ask
You
them a
ask
certain
them a certain
question, they answer
question, they
you
answer
based
you
on what
based
you
on
are
what you were
asking.
asking.
It's right there in the
It's right
middle
there in the middle
section.
section.
They're not
They're
registered
not
as an
registered as an
investment
investment
advisor.
advisor.
They weren't
They weren't
advising you to
advising you to
invest.
invest.
Again, are they registered as a trading platform?
They were
They
called
were
an
called an
exchange.
exchange.
Whatever they were
Whatever they were
called, they
called,
had the
they had the
non-exempt status
non-exempt
and they met
status
the
and they met the
qualifications.
qualifications.
Again, this is what I'm asking you. Are they registered as a trading platform? Yes or no?
You don't understand how
You
law
understand
here in
how law
America
here in
works, and
America
that's why you
works,
don't
and
get
that's
it.
why you don't get it.
No, I'm asking a question. Are they registered as a trading platform? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Based on this, based on what also the question was, is LSSC or LTE registered as a trading platform?
Is
And
there a way
this,
Is
for me
there
to
a way
post
for
in
me to
chat
post in
so you
chat
could read
so you could
something?
read something?
I mean, you can turn on your camera and use the green screen option,
Okay.
and you can post it. So the question was, is LTE or LSSC registered as a trading platform? And this was the response. Now, if you look at what I'm telling
How
you,
do I share
How do I
screen?
share screen?
yeah, there is like a green screen option for you to, you can like use the green screen option, and then you can select the
What
stuff you want
What
to
what does
put.
this
It's
symbol
what
look
does the
like?
symbol look like?
it has to be a picture or something. You get? It has to be a picture.
Hold on.
Hold on.
It has to be a picture. So what I'm saying is, they owned the platform and they're not licensed to do that, right? Companies that actually own exchange platforms or trading platforms usually have a different license for that. And look at what it says. It says that, dear investor, thank you for contacting the US Securities and Exchange Commission. We appreciate you informing us of your concerns regarding Lightning Exchange Scooters / Lightning Exchange Limited. The SEC's Office of Investor Education and Advocacy (OIEA) processes many complaints received from individual investors and others. We keep we keep records of the correspondence we receive in a searchable database that SEC staff may make use of in inspections, examinations, and investigations. In addition, some correspondence received by OIEA is referred directly to other SEC offices and divisions for their review. If they have any questions or wish to respond directly to your comments, they will contact you. Now, from here, this is the part that interests me. A search of our databases indicates that Lightning Exchange Limited is not registered as an investment advisor, right, with the SEC. Our database shows that it is an exempt reporting advisor. The SEC does not review the abilities or qualifications of exempt reporting advisors. Beware of any claims or implications that the SEC has sponsored, recommended, or approved of an exempt investment advisor, or that the advisor's ability or qualifications have been passed upon by the SEC. You should not trust any individual or firm that points to a filing as an exempt reporting advisor as evidence of registration. Now look at it. It's right there that
Okay.
look,
Can
if
I
you
finish
should
now?
not I'm still talking.
Okay.
So it's right there that you should not trust any individual that points to what? Let me read it again. You should not trust any individual or firm that points to a filing as an exempt reporting advisor as evidence of registration, right? In any capacity. That's the word, in any capacity with the SEC. You see that? And it goes on to say if individual falsely claim, and if I show you the full email, it goes on to explain what exempt reporting advisor means, right? That even an exempt reporting advisor doesn't even have the right to advise you as an individual on anything, right?
They
Now, what
we're
I'm
not
saying right here is that look at it. It says, do not trust any individual that points to this registration as, or this whatever they have. Don't trust them as a registration. Now, Danny came on the video to say, look, because we have this, we are registered with the SEC in this capacity. And SEC is telling you that, look, don't trust anybody that tells you that because they have this, they are registered with us in any capacity. So this does not cover anything, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't cover anything. So if you now come to read this and you try to give it a different meaning, then I don't know how to really relate. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Again, you should not trust any individual or
hello?
firm that points to a
Hello?
filing as an
Here.
exempt
Hold on.
reporting advisor as evidence of registration in any
I'm not
capacity.
Driller, you need to understand
Yeah.
one thing. And I'm gonna say this so your audience can understand where I'm coming from, because you clearly don't get it. And I feel it's because we're in a different culture. I'm telling you how it works here legally. Read my screen. They fulfilled the requirements. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust them. I'm not saying that you should have did trades. I'm saying that legally they met the guidelines, like they've met with everything else in their businesses to get away with all of this. So you want to know how it got done? This is why it got done. Because they followed all the proper legal loopholes in America, like what I've been telling you. So when I go back to my previous statement, and here in America, if your people want justice, if your people want to do things correctly, you should not just be advising them to go after one person. You should advise them to point to one person. You shouldn't say sue Eric. You should say sue whoever is responsible. Find whoever is responsible. Seek legal counsel. Make sure they can tell you how whoever is responsible, and that's how you go about this. What you keep doing, what you keep advising, how you keep doing it doesn't work here in America. What you keep reading, I get it, but it doesn't matter, because when companies do filings, they do loopholes all the time. And guess what? When it comes times for prosecutions, it depends on what they filed, it depends on how it was done, depends on what they present, and everything else, depending on what they get away with. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just presenting the actual facts for LSSC and why they got away with it, and how they're going to get away with it, and how they can continue to get away with it. So when you say, yes, a trading platform, what does this say? Let's say you want to launch a crypto trading platform and you are non-exempt. That means you must register as an MSB with a FinCEN. They did that. You must get money transmitter licenses. They did that. If any tokens are considered securities, you'll also need to register with the SEC or qualify for an exemption. They did not have any tokens. They were not advising us to do anything. We were literally putting our money in, following a signal. They followed all the legal loopholes and guidelines and got away with it. I get what you're saying with what the SEC advised, but what the people are allowed to do, they did.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question now? I've heard all you
Yes.
said. Can I ask you a question? Did Danny claim that LTE or LSSC is registered with the SEC in any capacity?
Yes. And they are as a non-exempt.
Again, and look at what the SEC is telling you. The SEC is telling you that any individual don't. So the SEC is saying you should not trust any individual or firm that points to this filing as an exempt reporting advisor as evidence of registration. Please understand this simple thing. It's like this doesn't even have to do with
Okay, Joey, can I ask you
cultural
a question?
differences.
Can I
No, hold
ask
on.
you a question?
Yeah, you will. Let
They
me
said
just
trust
finish.
or did they say illegal? You have to be specific when you talk freaking American, and your audience will tell you that. Please look at the chat.
Again,
They'll understand. Legal talk here is way different. Trusting and
yes,
actually
and
doing
we're saying
legal business is different. They didn't say
okay,
anything was
hold on.
illegal in here. Can you show me where it said there's anything illegal?
Hold on. What I'm saying is, it says that don't trust anybody who points to this as registration, as evidence of registration in any capacity, right? In other words, this is not evidence of registration in any capacity. Okay? Now, and now we can, if we agree that this is not evidence of registration in any capacity, and then someone comes on the video call to say we are registered and points to this as evidence of registration, can we now say the person was misleading the people?
No, you know why? Because here in America, right, when you take that number, you go on the SEC website, you search it up, you see them. They are registered as non-exempt. So no, I will not agree with you. We will disagree with this. And I will understand on a legal standpoint, we will disagree. They said do not trust. They never said anything about legalities in your email. They said don't trust it in any capacity. But just guess what? They were registered on their site. You could search them up. You saw them as a non-exempt. And look at to the right what they were doing. They filed and did everything they were supposed to in the legal system.
Is this evidence, does this serve as evidence, evidence of registration with the SEC? Does this registration serve as evidence of registration?
Bro, could you search them up on the SEC website? Yes
No,
or
I'm
no?
asking you a question. Does this serve as evidence of registration with the SEC?
I'm not defending Abi. It's very simple. When you went on the SEC website, and I'm gonna answer your question, Joey. But when you go on the SEC website, you search up the SEC registration number, and it says non-exempt. Do you see any of this of what they send you on that page? No, you just see a company of information. You see non-exempt, and you see a little bit more details. There is no warning. There is no saying, "Hey, don't follow this. Hey, don't trust this source." In America, Driller, When you dig, you get answers. When you leave it surface, face value, that's what you get. And what I'm telling you, face value, they filed and met all requirements, and it's even shown on the right. They had all the requirements. So I'm glad that you got the information and that you showed the SEC stuff and you told people that the SEC said don't trust them. But guess what? Most people aren't looking at that when they're trying to do business research. They're going online, they're seeing, hey, is this actually filed? Can I look at the information there? Which they were able to go ahead and find that information. Lightning Exchange, LTD, certificate number, non-exempt. They saw it. Okay, that's good enough for me. And that's how it works here. And just do it. Yes, that's exactly what is and was done. I don't understand how people don't get that. Like, I just don't get. You want to launch a crypto trading platform? Okay, cool. And you are non-exempt? That means, and they fulfilled all these requirements. It's right here. Danny misled everybody. LSSC is a scam. We've said this. We got to this point. Mers, I'm not disagreeing with you, but come on, let's be real. In America, you go on, you look on a government website, you see the information, you see it pertains, you get to read it, you get to look at it. That's all. Do you want to go call the SEC now? And, hey, what did this really get filed? Hey, did they really put this here? Hey, who's this person? No one does that.